With
Is
it.
it?
Already did it.
Oh, okay.
And we are live, theoretically.
Theoretically,
Yeah.
Oh,
nobody panic.
Let's see how many frames I dropped today.
now we
Yeah.
have to test the theory.
Holy
There's a whole
shit,
scientific
Gardner.
method, folks.
Yeah. Well, welcome everyone to this week's episode of Substitute Decisions and Dragons.
Thank you, Dustin.
You're welcome. Keeping up the traditions. As you may or may not have noticed, Cujo is not among us. He is a bit under the weather. It would seem that he lost his hide and seek COVID championship. But
Happens
he
to the
will
best of us.
recover. Yeah. Keeps picking us off, man, one by one. But that's not gonna stop us from rolling some dice. Does anyone care to take a stab at a recap for us? Don't all volunteer
Yeah.
at once.
My notes, sir.
We took a long rest at a hut on the edge of this tower citadel that we're planning to assault and hopefully rescue Boykin's brother from.
Yep.
And we spent some time observing the area, discovered that there is a very poisonous fog that surrounds it, which thankfully our Sinaway was able to get us through without too much difficulty. And we then ascended the cliff up to this citadel. Yes, and Chio, being the one person who can really just kind of scale sheer cliffs, went up ahead, ended up in a landing area that seemed to be a very large open room with various cambions and imps moving about. And the rest of us, stealthily but much more slowly, ascended behind. Some of us got poisoned, got cured, so everybody should be, at this point, not poisoned. And we paused in a sort of just outside of a room about 250 feet wide with a single staircase that was visible on the interior. And we were going to, I guess, begin our trek through this in the interior of this location and probably not encounter anything at all. I'm sure it'll be totally fine. We're just
No,
gonna no,
no,
not at
walk
all.
in the park.
We're gonna stealth our way in all of our armor through this thing, and no one's gonna see us whatsoever. And we're just gonna go find his brother and just out of there.
Excellent. Well, with that in mind, I need everyone to roll initiative. No, I'm just kidding.
I mean,
Instead,
I was
I
like,
need
okay.
everyone to roll a con save. No, I'm just kidding.
Awesome.
So you guys now stand uh, at the edge, at the top, and at the edge of this huge cliff, and you look around. The best way that I can explain it is that it's almost like a helipad landing area. Um, there is a staircase leading up about 70, 80 feet from you. You guys are at the far end. This landing area is 50, 60-ish feet wide. And we'll call it like 100 feet, and even 100 feet deep. At the far end of this landing area, there is a large doorway with a 40-foot wide staircase leading up. You guys appear to be at the base or near the base of this citadel. The staircase goes up maybe 30 feet, and you can see at the top of the staircase a large set of iron doors that appear to be shut.
You said there were a bunch of imps around, right?
Yes, there are a bunch of imps and possibly Court, go ahead and roll a perception check for me.
My perception is balls, and I rolled a 9. So 9.
Okay. You see just kind of like milling about, honestly, not actually paying you too much attention. There are a few imps, some other similar looking undead or demonic or both type creatures. Um, it is almost like the um the lowest of the low, the scavenger types, part of this infernal ecosystem. And just think, this is where, a nest of like carrion birds has taken up root, but they're not birds, they're imps.
We're all kind of in the same spot right now, right?
Yes.
So since we leveled up last time.
Quick note. This is a direct continuation of where we were last time. So
Okay.
any spells that you used, any resources that you used, those are still used right now. However, I don't have the official word from Joseph if tonight's festivities are going to remain canon. So just make a note of where you're at hit point wise, resource wise, and just in case, we go back.
Or make a
So
copy of
I
your character.
recall,
Yeah.
I recall that we had just finished a long rest. Also, we leveled up.
We did.
We
So-
did gain a level. The last time we had a long rest was before we
The trek up.
scaled the cliff.
That's right.
I think
Um,
resource-wise, I know it's mostly. I know I have lay on hands that I used. You used your resilience sphere. I think hit points-wise, we're probably all good at this
Mhm.
point.
We also all have a telepathic bond for the next
Yes.
hour.
That is correct.
So as I'm like standing there, kind of like peeking around, I'm like sitting there thinking, and I say in my head to everybody and just say, I think I can do something, not to all of us, but don't hit me, okay? And she kind of like snaps her fingers, uses disguise self to make herself look like one of the imps. Because she is about imp size as well.
You are far, even though you're small sized, you are far larger than an imp.
Oh, they're not, so I look like a big ass imp.
I mean, I think
Overrule
you're the
those
same.
imps.
I think you're the same size category, but you're by a significant margin the biggest imp that anyone has ever seen.
No.
Still keeping
In order
it.
for there to be an average, there must be extremes.
Yes.
It's the first time I'm ever the biggest of something because I'm usually the shortest gnome.
This is just granddaddy imp.
Yeah.
That's a first level spell slot, so I'll mark that off. But anything to help us get through.
All right.
Shoves her very brightly colored coat in her bag as well.
In terms of at least from where we are situated, are we just out in the open right now, or did we come up behind some kind of cover?
No, you are out in the open.
Okay.
It is a flat, like I
Flat,
said, it's
open
like a
expanse.
helipad, like plane
Okay.
landing area.
And
It is totally flat. There is no cover anywhere on this platform.
Okay, that was my question. If there was any cover walls, I don't know, rock formations. And how many of these imps are milling about?
Make a perception check.
Hmm.
For the record, imps are tiny,
Oh.
so you're a Great Dane among house cats.
Yes,
Awesome.
you're a big girl. 18 plus, what is my perception? 22.
Cool. You count no fewer than a dozen imps in a few clusters. There's a couple that are taking off and flying around
Mm.
off to one side. There are a few others at the other end of the platform, like huddled together. There's like
Mm.
3 or 4 of them at the far end of the platform against the citadel that are
Mhm.
like huddled together and chittering to themselves.
Okay.
But again, they do not pay you much mind.
Yeah. Well,
No time like the present.
So what do you guys do?
Are we just aiming for that big staircase?
I think it's the only thing we can aim for here.
So they're not like they can see us, right?
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, a few of them like clearly notice you, but they're not taking any immediate action against you.
Okay.
They don't get paid enough for this, so
let's
they don't
just-
seem to care.
We'll just walk nonchalantly
They're
toward
just-
the stair. How
act
does
like you
everybody
act
feel?
like you belong
Yeah, yeah. Like walk, but
with
not too
purpose.
suspiciously. Yeah, with purpose.
With purpose.
All right, you guys begin your. You make it to the far side of this platform and make it up this staircase.
Mhm.
And like I said, maybe 30 feet up this staircase, you see a large set of double doors. They appear to be closed, and you also notice one very large chain that the links appear almost as big as your forearm. Um, Hanging, there is one on each side near the top of the doors, and they hang down a few links, and there are large toggles at the end. And the chains are just hanging freely, and they disappear into the wall behind you.
Hanging down over, are they like reachable by us low enough when they dangle down?
The chains are about they're about 15 feet off the ground.
Okay.
The hole is about 20 feet off the ground where the chains disappear into.
Mhm.
The doors themselves, the staircase is 40 feet wide, probably, if not exactly, close to 40 feet tall. The doors themselves are every bit 20 by 20 doorway.
Do you want me to go up and inspect the chains?
Can you get
Yeah.
up there?
Yes. And she's just gonna walk up the vertical surface.
Calmly with
To the
purpose.
chain.
Um,
Just like, yeah.
Correct me if I'm wrong, but if you stop moving, you will fall. Correct?
Yeah, so she's going to like walk up there and then hold the chain. Like use the chain to hold herself essentially.
Make an athletics check.
Athletics. Why would she do that? That's a terrible idea. First roll of the night could be worse. 12.
Okay. It's not that difficult. These chain links are huge. They are the steel, this steel or iron or whatever metal these are made of, are like this big around. And the lengths, as I said, are about as long as your forearm. So it's very easy to be able to fit your arm or at least a hand through the middle of a link and just be able to hold yourself up.
While I'm up there, can I do like a perception check? Is there anything? I don't know. I'm trying to figure out like why these chains are here. What is this little toggle thing that you said is at the end? Just trying to like understand the purpose.
The toggle is literally just a wooden log wrapped in iron bands attached to the last link in the chain. Presumably, it is a stop to make sure that the chain does not fully go through the hole through.
Is there any sort of distance limitation on the bond, the telepathic bond?
Nope.
Okay.
The same plane of existence, I believe.
Yeah.
Okay, so we can still hear Chio while she's up there.
Yeah. I mean, if you guys walk up the staircase, she's like 15, maybe 20 feet away from you.
She'll explain. She's like, I think this is really more about whatever's on the other side of the door. Nothing really to do with this side.
Can you see through the hole?
Keep walking. See if we get like another 5 feet, 10 feet to the hole.
Yeah, and I'll let that athletics check ride. Make an investigation check as you peer into this hole where the chain disappears into.
Was not as good. 9.
9. You see that Rhodes, do you have dark vision at all?
Yes, 60 feet.
Okay. You can see, thanks to your dark vision, that the chain disappears into the wall, and there is a large hollow space, large by only the standards of what you see in here. There's plenty of space behind the wall to fit all of this, but it looks like the chain disappears and coils around a set of gears.
She'll just communicate that to everyone that it seems to be part of some sort of geared mechanism on the other end. So perhaps we should be cautious when we actually open this door.
Definitely. It's just like the only way up, though.
Renalphus,
You're
at
muted,
this
Tina.
Oh, sorry, I was chewing first. I didn't want to be the rude person who was chewing into their mic. I just was looking at this door. Is it a handle? Does handles on it or just flat?
You do not see any handles.
Okay.
If you'd like to discern anything else about the door, you're welcome to make an investigation
Oh,
check.
I will certainly try.
Doors.
Can I assist?
I am glad
Yes.
you asked. I am actually going to do something that I learned about on a boat recently. Instead of Boykin just allowing Tina to roll with advantage, Tina, I would like you to add Boykin's investigation bonus to your roll, in addition to your own.
Here's negative.
Mine's +1.
Okay.
Don't spend it all in one
Look
place,
out.
my friend.
You know
You're
what? It
welcome.
offsets my -1.
Does anyone
Now we're
else?
just neutral.
Does another person also want to assist?
My
I mean,
plus
I
0.
If we can
Definitely-
stack that, then sure.
When
I would
Chio
add like
says
50
that-
feet up.
two
Yeah.
people to help.
Yelling down. Like,
Actually, Renalphus steps up and says, "Here, I can assist you as well. Renalphus has a +5 to investigation.
Okay. I'll roll. So 16 with Renalphus's
16.
assistance.
Oh,
These are a set of double doors. Each door is 20 feet high, 10 feet wide. So the doorway is 20 feet wide. There are no handles. There are no keyholes. There, they appear to be made almost of. You knock and push on these doors, and they look like they're mostly made of wood, but as soon as you put your hand on them, it feels more like stone. Almost, they look like they're made of petrified
Oh.
wood, reinforced with iron bands similar to the chains.
Okay. And since I put my hand on this, because let's face it, why not touch things? They didn't budge at all. There was no budging when we were up investigating this.
Not with just your investigation check.
Okay.
If
Okay.
you would like to try and push the doors open,
I'm not sure.
you can try and make an athletics check.
I'm not sure. I might not be the best one to do that. I think a couple of you are a bit
I can try.
bit
I'd
buffer.
say with my mind.
Yeah.
You hear the accent.
Renalphus says, "You get one door, I'll try the other." On 3. And Renalphus is going to give you an additional +4 to your athletics check.
Sounds good. Sweet. So that is going to be 25.
Okay. The doors do budge. They budge a little bit, but you're unable to. You just don't have the leverage. Like, you heave at the door and it moves, and then the weight of the door literally pushes you backwards, and your feet slide against the ground.
Oh,
And the
You hear-
doors close.
When they're pushing the doors, can I look at the chains that have the handles, the toggles, to see if they move at all as the doors are being pushed?
Make a perception check. Rhodes,
Since I'm
also make
still-
a perception check with advantage,
Okay.
since you're holding one of the chains.
Yeah, like, do I suddenly go flying?
4.
I'm sorry, did you say perception or investigation?
Perception.
I mean, I know it's 25 for me.
I didn't notice anything. I just rolled 4.
Okay. Rhodes, you are on the same side as Boykin. And when he heaves the door and it does open just a crack, you feel yourself drop an inch.
Okay.
And then the chain returns to where it was as the door closes.
She'll yell in her mind at Boykin. One, I'd prefer not to fall, so please stop doing that. But also, I think we just need to pull the chains. When you move the door, it moves the chain.
Okay. He says back in his head.
Can I? Like, she doesn't have a lot of strength, but can she just jump holding it and just use gravity and her body weight to try to yank this chain?
Is there any way I could then maybe catch your feet and then just bring
Oh.
them down as well?
Or Renalphus, who has a very long reach.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. Yeah, Boy can probably have a really hard time. He's just like trying to jump. It's just like scary. It's like, oh, I almost got you. As he's jumping like 2 inches off the ground. Like,
Oh yeah.
Renalphus just looks at you and says, "The wonders your people create with such short arms and legs is beyond me."
ah, thank you.
Um, Renalphus gets into a position below the chain that you're at, Rhodes, and says, "If you can get the chain down to me, I can try and grab either it or you and help you pull."
So the chain is 15 feet up.
The chain is 15 feet up.
Okay.
The hole is an additional 5 feet up. So the hole is like right at the top of the doors.
But he's got a long ass arm, right? Like
Yeah.
he's
20-foot reach, didn't you say?
No, he does
30,000
not.
foot reach?
He has a 10-foot reach.
Oh, okay.
Oh, well,
What if
she's like 5'10" or something, so she just dangles. Like he'll be able to pull her.
I'll cast guidance on Renalphus too, as he's
Definitely.
She's
Okay.
watching this clusterfuck.
Yeah.
She's like, oh Jesus.
like she's
Who
trying
will
to
what?
help them.
she's trying to keep
Nope.
an eye like behind us and like making sure nobody falls and hits their head. Like there's just a lot of chicanery happening here.
how tall is Coco?
Coco's not here.
Oh yeah,
Oh,
Coco. We
that's
left
right.
Coco
Coco
behind.
cannot climb cliffs. Coco is not a
Gotcha.
goat.
Gotcha.
She would have been really good though, because she's pretty tall.
Say just have Coco throw me. You know.
Oh, I mean that was the
Stand
other
on top of
option.
Coco's
The
head.
option
Catapult me
was
up.
the other option was
Rhodes,
yeah.
I will have you roll athletics. Add a +4 and a D4 to represent Renalphus's contribution.
Mm. Well, that's gonna be necessary. 12.
12.
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
A
Um,
D4?
Yeah, because I rolled a 4 on the D4
Oh,
and
okay.
a 4 on the D20, and I have 0.
And then a
So-
4.
Renalphus gives you a +4.
Wow, at least you're consistent.
Yep.
You are, so you dangle, and Renalphus, like, using your grips, essentially your grip strength and core strength, and Renalphus just pulling you, essentially using you as an extra chain link.
Most fuck.
Renalphus just pulls you off the chain. The chain does not move.
Oh.
Does he drop me?
This is gonna be us for the next 2 hours. This is why it's
No.
maybe
No.
canon, is because we're not gonna get
Why-
past this door.
There's just gonna be a simple button somewhere. Like
I mean, it
Renalphus does not drop you, but he does, like, he grabs, like, I imagine that you, like, are hanging upside down, you, like, hooked your legs on the toggle, and you and Renalphus are, like, grasping hands. So now Renalphus just has you hanging by your wrists and says, "I thought you were going to hold on," and just drops you onto the ground. Do we want to try that again?
We could
Well.
also. Do we have anything we can, instead of using a person, maybe use anything else? Do chain, rope, anything?
Can we assume we grabbed the rope as we were climbing? And
Yeah.
like,
what if, I mean, all of us tried to move that door?
Just all shove it.
I mean,
I don't think I'm going to be much help.
Yeah.
You're gonna be the
no.
most help.
Could like karate kick it, but that's
Yeah.
all I got.
Ooh.
I will allow one person to make the check and 2 people to help. To make 3 people total at the door.
I mean, I guess if we had 3 people, or some of us at the door and others of us if we can pull.
Mhm.
Oh yeah, can we? Yeah, split the difference.
Yeah.
Okay.
I've dropped disguise self by this point. Just for the reference, I don't still look like a giant imp.
No.
All right. Who's going to be pulling the chain and who is going to be pushing it at the door?
I'm no help either way except for guidance, so it doesn't matter.
I mean, I think I'm
Um,
the only one who could reach the chain.
yeah, I can.
Well, we
Can
also
I-
have
The door?
climbers kits and
Yeah.
rope.
And rope.
Can I, while they're deciding this, because I mean, Flit is very convinced that she is going to be of no help in this situation, can I inspect the walls around the door to see if there's any mechanisms that might actually be kind of hidden or that you have to see to push to open the door?
Make an investigation check.
10. Good times.
10.
My dice are betraying me tonight, y'all.
The only features that you find of any import or relevance are the doors themselves and these 2 chains.
Okay.
You spend a minute or while everything else is going on. You spend a couple of minutes like tapping along the walls, and all of the walls appear to be some worked, some unworked, but they are all solid stone.
Maybe we just need to open it enough for us to slip through. We don't have to open it all the way, but you know.
Oh, yes. I don't know if we could get it open all the way.
Well, I guess my worry is with with 2 people trying to push on the door, they barely got it open for a fraction of a second. Will we be able to sustainably hold it
Yeah,
without getting it
maybe.
fully open?
Yeah, maybe we can spend our energy elsewhere.
I mean, do we think we can use those climbing kits that
And
you
go up,
acquired to, I don't know,
go up higher?
well, that or use it to almost like pull if we can get this chain down using that rope and then use the why we had an argument as to how we pronounce this word. Is it piton? I remember this
Pitons.
argument.
Pitons.
Yes.
Into the ground to hold it open. Almost like a stake in the ground.
We could try.
Will they hold? Are they large enough to hold it?
A piton is maybe about this long or smaller, and it has a loop on the end of it that you can feed one length of rope through. So, I mean, this is what they're designed to do, to be anchor points. Um, but by absolutely no stretch would you be able to like fit a chain link through the loop. It would have to be something that you feed the rope through the loop and then you tie the rope to the
To the chain.
chain.
Okay. I mean, I think we can try that part.
Okay.
Get up there. We have enough rope, I think, to tie it off.
Yeah, Renalphus pulls 50 feet of rope on his pack. He says we have plenty of rope.
Do you want me
What
to
has rope do?
go back to the toggle and tie the rope on it and give
Yes.
that rope to Renalphus so that I am not the rope?
Yes. Yes, I would
Yeah.
prefer you not be the rope.
While you're doing that, Renalphus tosses a piton to Boykin and says, "See if you can hammer this into the ground."
Okay.
You're a dwarf. You have a hammer.
Ha. Ha.
Very true.
No actual coherent words, just kind of a series of grunts as he pulls his hammer out.
Hujo says that he votes for Chio to be the rope.
Gio was
No.
already the rope.
Yeah,
We already tried that.
yeah. That was plan A.
Did you
Yeah,
need me to
but it was
roll? Do you need me to roll anything to hammer this piton into the ground?
Athletics, if you'd be so kind.
Oh, absolutely.
Oh, guidance. Just gonna handing those out like candy.
Is that the D4?
Yeah.
Do you want me to do a sleight of hand for the tying of the rope?
Yes, please.
That'll be 15 total.
Okay. You successfully get this piton into the ground.
He gives up.
Nailed it.
Yeah,
Uh,
literally.
Ah,
I'll see myself.
Yeah, fuck out.
23 for sleight of hand.
You would tie a knot that is beautiful in its construction and is not going anywhere.
And now you can slide down the rope.
Instead of you with mage hand all the way down.
No, she's a show off. She's gonna like jump down and like do a flip, and do a superhero pose landing. Cause why the fuck not?
Do the silent like golf clap like.
Mhm.
Yeah, like she won't take fall damage, so she's like.
All right. So what's the plan here?
Pull the rope, tie it
We're
off.
gonna pull and yank.
All right. So you guys are essentially going to like feed the other end of the rope through the piton, pull the chain, and then tie the rope off.
Yeah.
Okay. So who is where doing what?
Renalphus is strong, so I vote Renalphus help pull the rope.
With
I can help
Biven
pull a rope.
and Malice.
Okay.
Yeah.
Boykin would definitely help pull the rope.
I mean, can we all help? But that I don't know what.
I will allow
Whoever-
one person who is not Renalphus will make the check, and 2 people can help.
Yeah. I mean, I'll pull rope. I'm probably better at pulling than tying it off.
So somebody needs to tie the rope off. Who's that going to be?
Would that be another sleight of hand?
That would be a sleight of hand check.
Okay, so I'm pretty strong in athletics. Sleight of hand, I'm okay.
Not two.
I can.
I know
John
how
tied the rope.
Thurston feels, y'all,
John
when we're
did
like
tie
in the
the rope.
woods.
Yeah.
Yep, they're just like.
Yes. This is
Gotta
not
do
my
the paperwork
forte.
now, guys.
That party would have just been like dimension door.
Yeah,
Yeah.
Misty stuff. We'd have been through this door already.
Yeah, I can. I mean, I have a +4 for sleight of hand, so I can try to tie
Okay.
the rope again
Okay.
once someone else does the strong person part.
The pulling.
The pulling.
Okay.
Yeah, then I'll cast guidance on the pulling.
Mm.
Someone in the pulling group.
I can bend luck if the check has failed.
if I just lose control
you
of the
go.
rope.
Yeah.
All right. So who is making the athletics check to pull the rope?
You wanna?
Yeah, I can.
Okay. And who is helping? All right. Malice and Renalphus. For Renalphus's help, add 4 to your check.
3 for me.
Okay, so 7 total
And a d4.
and a D4.
On top of your own bonus, of course.
Mm-hmm. $34.
Holy
Fucking
shit!
Jesus.
So here's what happens.
We all die.
On Boykin's count, Boykin, Renalphus, and Malice all yank on the rope and then the chain. You get about 10 feet worth of slack out of it before the chain catches on something unseen, presumably the mechanism. As Rhodes, go ahead and make your sleight of hand check.
17.
Okay. As soon as the chain catches, presumably somewhere within the mechanism, Chio ties the rope off into the piton, and you all look over, and the door, one of the doors, is ajar. The door has opened. You tie the rope off. You guys let go of, you ease your grip on the rope, and as the piton begins to take the weight, it strains for a moment, and then the piton pops out of the ground and the door slams shut.
Okay.
Just
We
go home.
got closer.
Yeah. Well, my brother's dead.
Yeah.
Like he had a good run.
Yeah. Can you send a message? Just let them know.
Yeah. Hey, bro.
Can
Sorry.
you send someone down to open the door?
I assume the door made like a, I don't know,
Oh, yeah,
loud ass
bang.
noise. Did those imps give any fucks?
Most of the imps scatter, like a flock of pigeons would scatter at a loud noise.
I mean,
I love imps so much.
of course, what's on the
Imps to pigeons is perfect.
things on the if there's things on the other side of the door that might be.
Well,
you guys,
that's a
Maybe
problem
they'll open
for
it.
as
Yeah.
you guys
us.
are taking stock of what happened, and you're internalizing this new updated set of information, Arsinoe, you are looking at Renalphus, and Renalphus looks at the chain, and then he looks at the other chain, and then back at the first chain. And you can see that there's wheels turning in his head, but he's not quite there.
What are you thinking?
That piton was never going to hold the weight of this giant door plus the weight of the chain. But I'm wondering if that chain will. And he just looks at the other chain.
You mean like tie it to the other one?
Tie the two chains together. If this chain opens this door and the other chain opens the other door, if we open both doors and tie the chains together, will the chains hold?
We have to get both doors open.
I mean, it would take, I guess, all of us yanking, but
Half of us on one door and half
yeah,
on the other door.
yeah, and maybe, I guess one person to tie them off.
Or do we just kind of tie them while we're like essentially tangle them together as we're holding them?
We can certainly try, I suppose. We'll see how far down we can get them first.
That's fair
Yeah.
enough.
Counting.
All right.
Okay.
Yep.
Joe will
Right.
walk over to the other one, but like pointedly look at like Malice and everyone else who it's like I can't do this myself.
Yeah. Probably split.
Renalphus will move to the other chain that you guys have not been working on.
Boykin, I'll just stay here at the chain I've been pulling at.
It does not matter for me.
Everything
I
matters.
guess that I'll just try to. I
Well,
guess
you
I'll
said-
try to help
you-
Mr.
did-
Renalphus. I don't think I'm very good at this.
No, but you said you could bend luck, so if we have trouble tying it together,
Can't you pull things with Mage Hand?
not
Only
Not
like 10
10
pounds. Like I can add 10
Uh,
pounds worth of like.
Yeah.
Not that much. Okay.
Yeah, like.
Yeah.
I can
Now,
try.
can the Mage Hand hold more than Flit? Is 10 pounds better?
You see, if one of you were an arcane trickster, the mage hand could make sleight of hand checks.
Yeah.
Yeah, well.
But we won't dwell on the woulda, coulda, shouldas.
I'll
That
stay.
kind
I'll
of
stay on the
character
one I'm
this
on.
time.
Okay. So we've got
Me and Boykin.
Wyken and Malice on chain number 1. We have Renalphus and Chio on chain number 2. What are Flit and Arsenale doing?
I guess I will try to. I'll use the mage hand just to add like 10 extra pounds on the one that Chio and Renalphus are on, just figuring like that's something to like weight it down more. But I'm preparing to react if I need to help bend luck
Okay.
while the checks are going on.
Okay.
And another little bit of guidance on my side for chain number 2.
With
Boykin.
Renalphus and
No, I thought it was Boykin and Malice was on 2.
No, we're on 1.
You're on 1? Okay.
Yeah.
Then yeah. Chain number 1.
okay.
Okay.
Do we have a second length of rope for chain number 2?
I have another 50 feet of rope, so I'll hand that over.
Okay. So Chio, go ahead and make a sleight of hand check to tie off the rope to chain number 2. I didn't get that.
Oh, sorry, I forgot to hit the button. 10 for the first one.
Okay. All right. You do successfully tie a knot in the rope. And on Renalphus's count, he says, pull the chains as much as you can towards each other. And 1, 2, 3, go. And I need a representative from chain number 1 to make an athletics check with help. And Chio, I need you to make an athletics check with an additional +4 for Renalphus's help.
You can take my +3.
+3.
Yeah.
Plus
Okay.
the D4.
Plus the
Plus
D4.
D4.
15.
Not bad.
Yeah.
16. I'm just gonna.
What?
As soon as I saw a 6, I'm like, great. They're gonna think I'm a one-upper. Like,
Both teams do begin to pull the chains, and both of you are able to make some progress. But at some point before you are close enough to tie them together, or before the doors are open wide enough for any of you to be able to fit through, everybody's feet start to slide back and the doors close. These doors and these chains are very heavy, but it appears as though you guys have the right idea.
Shake it off, try again.
Guess so.
The ropes seem to hold, at least, so you have that going for you. So yeah, if you guys would like to try again, you may.
Okay. Nothing I can. I got nothing that helps with this. Like
I have nothing.
It
full
was
on
was it +4?
useless.
It's +3 from me.
Okay, sounds good.
And then a D4.
I got a 16 again.
Oh, got it.
Rhodes,
It's a natural one.
excellent.
Okay.
We're
Do we
going
have
to
something?
go home.
Wait, do we have anything that can just explode the door?
No.
Well, I mean,
Yeah, can we just
We have
fire?
flit.
We just
We
fireball
have
the
a
door
flip.
till it
We have a
just. I mean,
flip.
it is part wood.
Boykin, you now that you've been up against the door and you've been, you guys have been at this for like 20 minutes now.
Mhm.
Obviously, no one decided they
you
want to
can
come in here and fuck us up. Like,
They're just
Someone on the
laughing.
other side should
Yeah.
have opened the door by now to
No.
kill us.
No,
this is
they're
like
sitting.
when Tina watched the dog figure out how to open my door the other day and just let him do it to see if he could.
Yeah, he did. He did. It was great.
um the doors appear to be made of like a petrified wood, which is more stone than actual wood at this
Gotcha.
point.
Gotcha.
We did not pack
So
bombs.
a lot more fireballs then. I'm just kidding. I'm just
Yeah.
kidding.
And we're sure we want to. We're sure there's no other entrances.
This is the only doorway, what have you, that you guys see.
Okay.
I can
mean, we can.
try if you want me to blast us through it, but that just seems like
How far did we get before it slipped out of our hands and kind of reclosed? You said we were able to get it to move a little bit? Did we?
You did get it to move a little bit. The way that you guys have had to tie the ropes, you didn't just tie a square knot at one end of the rope. You had to like loop the rope through the last link a few times. So you certainly do not have anywhere close to the 50 feet of slack that the rope
Yeah.
has. Um, but you guys were able to just about meet, but you didn't get far enough past each other to have the slack to tie the ropes off.
I'm more wondering if was there a crack in the doors at that point that
Uh,
anyone would have been able to glimpse what the hell's on the other side?
make a make a perception check with disadvantage.
Okay. Those is on the floor, but that's fine. Uh, 10.
And
Yeah.
you noticed that the door was cracked open,
Mm,
but in the heat of the moment, through the
yeah.
strain of trying to complete your task, you didn't see, or at least didn't notice, anything beyond
Okay.
those doors.
Okay. Well, third time's a charm.
Third time's a charm.
I guess so.
All right. On Renalphus's count, I need Chio and Boykin to make athletics checks.
Come on.
Sam, are you guidancing
Yeah.
Chio,
Uh,
or who are you guidancing?
Boykin.
Okay. Rhodes, remember you're adding 4, and Boykin is adding
3.
3 and a D4.
Uh-oh.
Not a 1.
Mm.
13.
Okay.
Okay.
$18.
18.
Mhm.
Chio, you are beginning to feel the strain of this activity, and you guys are just not. Team 2 is just not able to make much headway. Boykin, Team 1 is making a little bit of headway. You guys are able to pull your rope just barely past the halfway mark.
Are you sure you don't want me to try to explode the door? I mean, it's very, they'll know we're here, but kind of have a feeling they probably already know.
We've slammed the front door like
Like
6
6
times.
times.
I know.
Renalphus says, Arsinoe and Flit, while we're pulling the chains, maybe the two of you can each push a door, and maybe that'll give us, just barely the extra oomph that we need to get these open.
Okay.
Sure. All right.
Lean into it. Just
I'm just gonna be like a little kid trying to
Yeah.
like.
Yep.
Well, I guess we'll each take a door.
Yep. We'll each take a door.
All right. Who is on door 1 and who is on door 2?
I'll take door 1. I don't think it really matters.
No, it doesn't.
It matters to me. It matters to the dungeon master.
I will take door 1.
I'll take door 2.
Okay.
This time I will cast guidance on Chio.
Okay.
Okay.
Boykin, you're gonna roll at an additional +3. Chio, you're gonna roll at +4 and a D4. And then I will need Arsinoe and Flit to also make your own athletics checks.
There we go. Yeah.
I rolled a 5. So 4.
18.
Okay. And Boykin, how did you do?
Oh, I got a nat 20. So I got 30 overall.
Okay. Chio?
I'm just happy I rolled double digits. It's 23, okay? I rolled an
Yay!
18.
That's awesome!
Yeah.
Damn! There we
Okay.
go!
With
Flit is like pushing against the door and like her feet are moving, but like the door's not actually, she's doing nothing.
But she thinks she's
Sam,
doing everything.
All
Sam,
her.
what did you get?
18.
18.
That's straight roll, so.
So with the added moral support, guys, the DC for each door was 20.
Okay.
It was not easy, but come on. With the added moral support of your two friends pushing the doors, trying to provide some extra leverage, you guys just give it your all. The chains come together, and Chio, I am gonna need you to make one final sleight of hand check to tie these chains together.
Good luck. We're all counting on you.
No pressure. 21.
And with deft fingers, you are able to loop the chains with the extra slack. And you don't even need the ropes. The chains meet, and you are able to insert the pins, the toggles of each chain into the links of the other chains, securing them together. You're able to retrieve your ropes, and the 6 of you stand before a pair of open double doors. You stand in this open doorway, and light shines in from outside into this dark hallway, and the interior just disappears into darkness.
Just darkness completely from the moment you get past the doorway.
There are 10, 15 feet of light, but after that, everything just fades into darkness.
My brother really picked the worst place to get kidnapped.
He owes us
Yeah, he
drinks when we
did.
get out
What
of
a
here.
dum-dum.
I'm not sure he got to choose.
Hmm.
I
Ah,
don't know if they gave him like a selection. He could pick his
yeah,
poison. I don't
please,
want that's terrible.
select the area
Yeah.
we'll be taking you.
Airbnb for hostage situation.
Yeah.
Oh God.
Please, yes, please select your prison.
Air
Um,
D&D, thank you.
Yeah.
Air D&D.
Renalphus looks to the group and says, "Onward into the lion's den."
Oh, I think so.
Onward.
Hmm.
All right. You all walk through the doorway into the hall. You get 15, 20 feet into this passageway, and everything fades into darkness to the point where you can no longer even see your companions.
I guess light.
You cast light. You can see this little ball. What do you cast light on? I should say.
The back of my shield.
Okay. You cast light on the back of your shield, and you can see the light from the back of your shield, but it does nothing to illuminate your surroundings.
Oh.
I
I
distinguish it.
cast daylight on my sword.
You cast daylight. What level spell is that?
3rd level.
All right. Want to be a bitch about it?
He's like, yeah, I do.
I sure do.
I sure do.
She's like, did I stutter?
Better?
All right.
Oh.
All right. I guess. You cast daylight on your shield,
I can cast it on shield.
or
Object.
on your sword. I'm sorry.
Yeah.
Um. do-
Just because I can hold that out a little.
What is the radius of that light?
So it is a 60-foot radius of bright light plus another 60 feet of dim.
Jesus Christ! So much for that.
And if it overlaps with an area of darkness created by a spell of 3rd level or lower, the spell that created the darkness is dispelled.
Yeah, I get it.
Oh.
Nice.
Come on, it's like one of those really situational things I never get to use.
It's true.
Like, fine, it'd be that way.
So
Oh, gosh.
you guys enter this passageway, and you get about 20, 30 feet past the doorway, and everything is darkness, and somebody decides to cast fucking daylight, disrupting the magical darkness that these 4 black
Salt.
Abishai were creating. And
Oh,
y'all can just roll initiative without being ambushed.
Sorry for ruining the atmosphere.
The salt, though.
seriously.
Bunch of
Dang.
bastards ruining my trap
Dang.
with good decisions. How dare you?
Oh, God, that's great.
Oh,
Not
Kudro, you
terrible
should
for
clip
an
that.
Oh
That was
shit,
good
where's my
fun. That was good.
I don't have any of your guys' stats in.
Oh.
I should have a +1. So mine should.
18.
I rolled 19. I should have 20.
Okay.
Mine should be a Maze Jackson.
These dice are sharp.
Malice, what was your initiative supposed to be?
0. It's just a 2.
Okay.
Oh,
Arsinoe.
Yikes.
12. Oh, 14. I'm sorry. 14. I rolled a 12. Oh, don't you.
Sorry, just let me be butthurt about you.
It's been so
Boykin,
long
what
since
is-
we've rolled dice and then totally and then
Dare
now
you
it's
read
ruined
my
his trap.
trap? It was going to be awesome.
Thank you,
Boykin,
Kujo.
what is your initiative?
I got 18.
18. And Chio.
21.
Okay. It is Chio's turn first.
Oh, I was trying to turn myself, but never mind. I'll just face the wrong direction. That's fine. Yeah, fuck it. I am just going to go. No, that's stupid. Oh, but I want to flank. Fuck it. I'll just go here. I'm just gonna walk up to this guy and try to punch him in the face.
Okay. Do that thing. Fuck him up.
I don't know if I did that thing. 13.
A 13 will miss. You go to strike, and the flat of these Abishai um have each are holding a pair of scimitars. And as you go to punch, the flat of one of these scimitars just bats your fist away.
All right. Second attack is a Miss Jackson.
That'll hit.
Excellent. Okay,
This hallway is 20 feet wide. I will explain more of what you see once the battle is over.
It's a whole 5 points minimum damage, but could he also make a con save?
I mean, he can sure try. A con save. That is a Miss Jackson.
Oh, well, I guess he can.
All right. Is that the end of your turn?
Yeah.
All right. It is Flit's turn.
I need this one, the guy in front here, and the one that Chio's attacking to both make int saves.
Intelligence saves.
Yes.
What is the effect that you're doing?
Tasha's mind whip.
Okay.
A 17 is the DC.
That is an epic failure, and not quite so epic, but still a failure.
Okay, so they're each going to take. I cast it at 3rd level, so I'm going to assume you want me to also roll on the wild magic table, but I'll do the damage first.
What is you need to make a roll for wild magic.
Yes.
To be entirely honest, I don't recall what you were up to, so I am
I was
just
up to
gonna say-
2.
Okay.
Yeah, I
So
have it written
roll
in
a
my
two.
head. Okay. So 1 or a 2. I rolled a 6, so now it's 1, 2, or 3. And then each target will take 3d6 psychic damage.
Excellent.
You want me to roll the damage twice, right? Is
Yeah,
it-
roll for each one.
Okay. Ooh, that was really good. So the first one takes 12, 15 points of psychic damage.
Okay.
Nice.
Right. And the second one takes 10 points of psychic damage.
Okay.
And now, moreover, for each of them, on their next turn, it must choose whether to get a move, an action, or a bonus action, and only gets one of the three.
Right, no
For both of them.
combination.
Yeah.
Okay.
So.
All right. Is that it for you?
Yeah, I'm gonna stay back, so I'm gonna stay where I'm at right now.
Okay. Next up is Boykin.
Okay. Boykin is gonna move here
Okay.
and is going to attack. I know. It's a surprise. Okay. First one, 23 to hit.
23 will definitely hit.
Sweet. Okay. That will be 6 damage.
Okay.
S- Go ahead.
The damage types are all important.
Okay. It was bludgeoning.
Okay. Is it magical bludgeoning or regular bludgeoning?
I think technically, since this is a magical weapon, it would be.
Yeah.
Yes. Okay. So it would be magical bludgeoning.
Okay. He said 6 damage.
Yeah, 6 for the
Okay.
first attack. Second attack. Nice. That is 26 to hit
That definitely hit.
for 11 points of magical bludgeoning damage.
Okay. This guy does not look good. What are you attacking him with? Your hammer?
Yep. Yeah,
Okay.
my warhammer.
You run up and get behind him, and as you pass him, you clip him in the knee and just kind of put him off balance. And
Ooh.
then as he's turning around to face you, you're aiming for his head, but don't quite get it. But you just annihilate his shoulder. He is not doing well.
Nice. And that's it for Boykin.
Right.
Hey.
Next up, it is
Oh,
this Abishai over here. He is going to go like this, and he is going to make a number of attacks, all against Boykin.
oh. At least I
He
got
is,
that going for me.
does a 22 hit.
Oh yeah.
That will be. So you will take a total of 13 piercing damage
Okay.
plus an additional 7 acid damage as he reaches out and bites you in the back of the neck / shoulder.
Okay.
While he's holding on to you, he's going to try and stab at you a couple of times with his scimitars. That is a Miss Jackson on the first. Does that hit?
So actually, Cujo recently had to, and Cujo, I know you're listening over here. I'm assuming, he had to explain what a Miss Jackson was to me.
It's a dirty 20.
Yeah, it's a dirty 20. So my AC is 20.
Okay.
Actually.
I don't recall how Cujo does things,
Yeah, I'm a
but
little bit.
I'm a kind god, even if I try to kill you all the time. So I always give tides to the players.
Thank you, thank you.
So that will miss. And that is far short of a 20. So both of the scimitars miss. And you are able to then shrug off the bite. He's not able to grapple you or anything like that.
Okay.
And that concludes his turn. Next up is this dude's turn. He can only make an action, a bonus action, or a move. He's going to elect to make an attack with an action. And he is going to remember that he has advantage against Boykin. So he's going to start with a bite. That is 24 to hit,
Okay,
which will
hits.
certainly get the job done.
Mhm.
That is 8 points of piercing damage, an
Okay.
additional 15 acid damage.
Oof.
It's fine.
How you feeling, buddy?
Ah, alive still, mostly.
He is then going to make a couple of scimitar attacks. The first one will miss. The second one is a 22.
Okay. Hits. If-
This is weird. You take 8 points of what I'm going to rule is slashing damage. Even though for some reason the stat block says that this damage is supposed to be force damage,
Did you
which I
say
don't understand.
you said 8 damage?
8.
Got it. Okay.
So that is his turn, and he is done. It is the next Abishai's turn. And he he is going to move over here and make a couple of attacks against Chio.
It's rude, but okay.
Does a 15 hit?
No.
Okay, so the bite will miss. A 25, I'm sure, will get the job done, though.
Yeah.
So that is 4 points of slashing damage for one scimitar attack. Does an 18 hit?
Yes.
And that is 7 more points of slashing damage from the scimitar. So that's 11 total. And that is the end of his turn. Arsinoe, you are up.
Alright, I'm going to move here. Holding the garnet stone from my amulet, utter a word in celestial, and a bright pulse of light erupts from me. I need this guy, and this guy to all make me Constitution saving throws, please.
Okay.
These don't roll well.
Is a
Shitty.
10 well?
No.
About a 19? A 19, I'm sure, as well.
19 will succeed.
And the third one is a 4.
Can I use my reaction to bend luck on the 19? And I'll roll a d4, and he has to take that away from his number rolled.
You know what? Why don't you roll it?
Okay.
Because that seems more fun.
So subtract 2 from that.
Okay, so 17.
17 is the DC. If ties go to the
Nice.
player,
Guys, go to the player.
cool. They all fail. For Word of Radiance, do you want me to roll damage individually or just one damage?
Because it is one effect
Effect.
that everybody is caught in the blast of, just roll it once.
You sure?
Yes.
You really sure?
Doubly so now.
10. 10 points of radiant damage
All right.
to all of them.
And I am not resistant to radiant damage.
And then I'm in a bad way because that's a bad spot to be standing, but I can't leave, so that's my turn, I think. Let me just double check. I don't think I can cast any spells.
You can cast a cantrip if it's a bonus action.
Well, Word of Radiance was a it was a cantrip.
Okay.
Still a cantrip?
So wait, so you cast Word of Radiance as a bonus action?
Oh no, Word of Radiance is an action, but it's a cantrip.
Okay, you can cast another spell if it's a bonus
If
action.
it's bonus action. Let's go with. Oh, how many spell slots do I have of that? No, I'm good. I'm done.
Okay. It is now the final Abishai's turn, and he is going to. He can only do an action or a different thing. He is going to take the attack action against Chio and start with a bite. That is a 15. I don't think the 15 will hit.
Nope.
A 26 will definitely get the job done, but a
Mhm.
9 certainly will not. So you take 5 points of slashing damage from a scimitar.
All right.
Right, and that is the end of his turn. And Malice, you are up next.
Tina.
I am going to move forward 10 feet up to this guy that was originally clipped by Boykin on his way through.
Okay.
Um,
He looks in
and,
a bad way.
yeah. And I am going to take a swing at him with
Okay.
my sword. And do I roll this at advantage?
If yes,
Flanking.
you are flanking, so you
Okay.
have advantage.
Okay. So that will be a 26 to hit.
No, I'm sorry, that doesn't hit.
No.
You
I
hit
knew it.
between his molecules.
Okay, and I will, for the fun of it, dump a first level smite into that hit. Is he a fiend?
He sure is.
Okay, so 3d8. Uh, is going to be 6. 3 is 9. 6 is 9 plus. Okay, it is 9 slashing damage plus another 12 radiant damage for a total of 22. No, 21 total damage.
Nice.
Dead. Wonderful.
Dead.
Wonderful. That was the plan. Um,
You with his attention focused on Boykin, you come up behind him, and Boykin, all you see is this fiendish, draconic monstrosity begin to ready his next volley of attacks against you, and suddenly the end of a sword just erupts out of its midsection from behind.
and he just kind of,
Oh.
it's
And
basically,
he
and
just
it's a glowing
and he
Thank
sword.
just
you.
This thing
is
has daylight on it, so it just
yeah.
comes through, and he just,
Its eyes go wide, and as Malice retrieves her sword, this creature just collapses in a heap on the ground.
okay.
What else you
Now,
got, Malice?
so for my second attack, can I take a bonus action in between the attacks?
You sure can. You can also use more of your movement if you have any.
I do have more movement, but I'm actually gonna bonus action teleport to the other side of the other one that Boykin's engaged with.
Okay.
Nice.
I can get up to 30 feet.
How are you is that a
It is a
spell, like a misty step or something that you're doing?
it is for Shatterkai, it's the equivalent of phase step.
Okay.
So it's not a spell.
It's just
A
Shatterkai
racial.
bullshit that you can do as a bonus
Yeah,
action.
it is. It is and in Malice's case, she basically turns into a shadow and then comes back up as a sort of darkened glass version of herself, in essence.
Do you have to be in shadow in order to do
No.
that?
No.
Okay.
I
And
only
make
get a
your
certain number of them, and it lasts. What it does is I get up to 30 feet, and it will. Where's the thing? Here we go. Up to 30 feet into an unoccupied space that I can see. And from the time I appear there, I gain resistance to all damage until the start of my next turn.
damn.
Shit.
All right.
Yeah.
Fuck up this next guy.
Yeah, so I'm gonna fuck up this next guy. I'm probably am I not probably not gonna fuck up this next guy. Okay. 17 to hit.
17 will hit.
Will?
Yes, it will.
Okay.
These guys are they have really thick skin, but they are not wearing any armor.
Okay. So that is going to be oh, uh-oh, I hear the doggo barking. 12 slashing damage.
Okay.
And I'll dump another first level smite into it, because why the fuck not? And that is 3, 5 is 8, plus another 5 is 13 radiant damage.
Oh my god.
Okay. So you had 13 radiant damage.
And 12 slashing.
Okay. Is your sword magical?
Yes.
It is. It's like a +1 sword.
Just +1 longsword.
Okay.
Sure. Come on. Come on, bud.
All right. Excellent.
Okay, and that is there. And that is my turn. I am not going to take any additional movement, so I will just, yeah, kind of look at Boykin from behind this guy.
Excellent.
Boykin gives
We
you
are
the.
back up to the top with Chio.
Okay. Gonna try to keep punching the first guy that I punched.
Okay.
27 to hit
That'll hit.
and 26 to hit.
That will also hit.
I will be right back. I'm going to switch off dog with Court because her turn's coming.
That's
So
teamwork.
That's 17 points of damage. And
Oh.
this time, hopefully he fails his
That
Constitution.
is 17 total for the two
17
attacks.
total, yes. Mhm.
Okay. And as a 10th level monk, your fists are magical, right?
Yes. I am magic. And yes, if he could also do a con save that he hopefully fails this time.
On save. Well, a 1's not gonna do it.
Excellent.
Oh,
He's
nice.
stunned.
Yeah.
Do you stun him after the first strike, which gives you advantage on the second strike?
Yes.
Alright.
It makes no difference. I rolled the
Oh,
same
so
thing.
confident in
Okay.
But fuck it. He's stunned, so let's just fuck him up in flurry of blows.
Yes.
Yeah.
These will all be with advantage.
Ooh.
One's a 21 and a 24 to hit, so good.
Which one is stunned? The guy to your. Okay.
All right, well, you get to go to jail with your friend. 15 points of damage
Okay.
total.
You unleash a number of attacks on this guy, and you clock him twice hard in the side of the head, and he is clearly dazed. And you hit him 2 more times, and just you're giving him the rope-a-dope against the wall, and you get the impression that the wall is the only reason this guy is still on his feet.
All right.
Next up is Flit.
Okay. So this fellow here behind Chio, I'm gonna bonus action cast Hex on him. First time using a Warlock slot on this pact slot on this fellow. In general on this character. And then I am going to at at third level, I'm going to cast Chaos Bolt.
Okay.
Which I believe. Okay. So it's a roll. 14 to hit.
14 will miss.
Oh, so he's hexed, but doesn't.
What ability are you hexing?
Let's see. I forgot Hex does that. Oops.
Essentially,
I'm
you
gonna say-
choose an ability and he gets a disadvantage on all ability checks.
on
made.
any. I am going to do con.
Okay. All right, that is Flit's turn. Boykin, you are up. Unless Court, you wanted to move at all, or
No, I'm gonna stay here, far away from the action.
All right, cool. Well, I am going to attack a.
turn around.
Yeah, I don't even. I'm not sure. How do you turn the piece around? Can you?
You can
Hit
hold
shift and use your arrow keys.
Ah, wow, we
control mouse wheel.
control mouse wheel. Perfect.
Yeah.
All right, cool. Yeah, so he's going to be attacking at advantage with the warhammer. Okay, so it's going to be 16 to hit.
16 will just hit.
Nice. Okay.
Sorry,
That'll
I have
be.
a question.
Oh, go ahead.
Even though my attack missed, do I still have to roll on the wild magic table, or is that only if it hits?
Did you cast the spell?
Yeah, I cast a spell. I just missed.
Then you got to roll.
Sorry, didn't mean to interrupt.
Oh no, you're good. You're good.
18.
Oh, go ahead.
Okay. And that was for, well, Hex,
I cast Chaos Bolt. but
and
it
you
missed.
cast Hex.
Yes. Chaos Bolt is a third level spell. Hex is a first level. Was one of my pack slots. Kujo usually has me roll on second level or higher, but I don't know if he would want me to roll on first level. I will with whatever you do.
Raw is first level or higher.
So should I roll again?
Roll again, and you're at 4 lower.
Yep.
For
Ooh,
the
that's a 2.
record. Okay.
Oh.
So I do not have the wild magic table.
I do.
Handy.
I have it. So I need to roll my D100.
I feel like we need to just I'm gonna get out the Cricut and make a really pretty board that has the wild magic search table on it for you.
All right, here we go.
Nice.
47. I rolled 47.
47. A unicorn controlled by the DM appears in a space within 5 feet of you, then disappears 1 minute later.
Do any of us even notice?
Yep.
Max is
take
the
that.
goodest boy.
Sorry, Brian. I didn't mean to interrupt your turn.
Oh no, you're totally fine. You're totally good.
So there's a unicorn on the board now.
Excellent.
Oh, Tina just got really excited behind me. That is so majestic looking.
That happens.
Oh, that's new.
I just feel like we all just kind of give like the look over, and then just get back to fighting. Dustin, that will be 8 points of damage for that first attack, by the way.
Okay. This guy is similarly on the ropes, but is still on his feet.
Okay. For my second attack,
Mhm.
15 to hit.
15 will hit
Oh, jeez.
because ties go to the player.
Oh,
You've got your mark now.
oh, thank goodness. That will be 10 points of magical bludgeoning damage.
Okay. Court, for future reference, you are not supposed to be able to cast more than one spell of first level or higher in the same turn. Because
Even
Hex is a
though,
first level spell,
even though I
and
used a pack slot.
it doesn't matter.
Okay,
Your other spell has to be a cantrip.
gotcha. Didn't realize.
You're good. I
Why
hope
does
this
unicorn?
unicorn serves as a very important lesson to you.
I like how it's like right in Malice's line of sight too.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Like, oh my
Um,
god.
Brian, is that it for you?
That's it for me.
Okay. Next up is the Abishai's turn, and he's not sure who he wants to attack. But he is going to perhaps accurately, perhaps inaccurately determine that Boykin probably is closer to death. He is going to make a couple attacks against Boykin. Starting with the bite, an 11's not going to do it. Moving on to the scimitars, an 11's not going to do it. Continuing with the scimitars, Jesus H. Mason.
I have a question.
Yeah. Is 11 your AC? Because I'm
Yeah.
pretty sure it's not.
Yeah.
None of
Actually,
the three times I just rolled.
7. I decided to start taking my armor off.
you
Like,
started
Just
stripping it off.
mid-combat.
Like it's sporting. I just
Um,
rolled fucking D&D Beyond dice, man. 3
so
11s all in a row.
so question.
Yeah.
Since I would like to use a reaction, a
Mm.
riposte reaction, and expend a
Okay.
superiority dice.
Yeah, you
Yeah,
do.
you do.
So I've never actually used a superiority dice. Is that just it's
Okay,
just checked off?
so you
Correct.
use so your superiority die is a die type. It's probably,
It's a
depending on
D8.
your level, it's probably a D8 at 10th
Yeah,
level.
it says you learn maneuvers that are fueled by superiority dice. Maneuvers can enhance attack in some way. You have
Yeah.
5d10 superiority dice. So
Okay,
I would just
Nice.
roll one
so
extra d10.
you use the riposte ability
Mhm.
as your reaction. So you make an attack check against the creature
Okay.
that attacked you. If you hit, you deal the weapon damage and you add your superiority die
Nice.
to the damage.
D10? Whew.
Okay.
Yeah.
So that's a Miss Jackson, as the cool
Okay,
kids
Nice.
say.
Yeah.
so
Uh,
roll your damage and add a d10 to it. And then you expend that superiority die. And I think Battle Masters get them back on a short rest, don't they?
Yeah. I'm pretty sure.
so that will be a total of 12 points of damage.
Nice.
12.
Nice.
Deadsies.
Magical bludgeoning.
Yeah. He had 11 hit points.
Oh,
Nice.
Yay.
yeah.
So he he comes at you with a couple of scimitar attacks, and you're able to bat them out of the way with your hammer, and he lunges in for the bite. You sidestep his lunge, bring your hammer around, and you just bury in the back of his head and send him straight to the ground.
Yeah.
Nice. Oh yeah, that's it for Boykin right now. So
You good?
yeah,
They're just we're high fiving over the dead
Yeah.
body.
Um,
yeah.
It is now this Abishai's turn, and he is going to make a number of attacks on Chio.
Really
Surprised by the
rude.
unicorn?
That's mean.
Like, I don't understand why you would attack me. I've
Actually,
done nothing to
You
anyone.
like roll for distraction.
the unicorn will act in the next round.
Oh shit.
Do I get that
Oh,
far?
oh god. It just charges us. like-
Actually, the unicorn would have acted directly after Flit, so the unicorn's gonna attack now.
Oh shit.
Um, fucking A.
Sir.
oh.
Of course, when I roll the unicorn, it's when Dustin has to DM and not
Yeah.
Joe.
Yeah.
Sorry, Dustin.
No, you're good, bastard.
Her name is Sweet Pea.
Sweet pea.
Yep.
Sounds good.
You know, that is a good unicorn name.
It really is.
Her name is Sweet Pea. She likes rainbow ices.
Was that a Bath and Body Works scent for a long time?
It is.
Yeah,
The
it's
90s
really strong
was the-
smelling
yeah.
too.
Yep.
I feel like that. Oh, cucumber melon was the scent of the 90s.
Mhm.
That's right.
Mm-hmm.
Sun-ripened raspberry.
That-
Thank you very much.
The 90s. What are you talking about?
You're like,
I mean,
all the
I
time.
want to talk about the
All
bottle of it that I
time.
still have. Like
It's all
From the
good.
they
90s?
sell, they
It
sell
smells-
energy flavors.
Yeah,
still.
that's a
Actually,
long
yes.
time.
All right, so the unicorn is going to charge up like so,
Yeah.
and
Stab the guy.
it is going to make 2 attacks. The first will be with its horn against the Abishai, and that is a 24 to hit,
Yeah.
dealing 9 points of damage. And the second attack will be with its hooves, and that is a 17 to hit.
Can we just
And
talk
that is an
about how
additional
amazing?
8 points of damage.
Fuck yeah. Can we just talk about how amazing it is that a unicorn has an action called Shimmering Shield?
Yeah.
Damn right it does.
That's badass.
Unicorns are amazing.
Hell yeah.
So that was the unicorn's turn. It is now the Abishai's turn.
You just hear Flit like yell, "Good job, Sweet Pea!"
Yeah, Chio, all of a sudden you're fighting these 2 Abishai, and the one that you stunned just gets fucking. It's stunned. I should have been rolling those with advantage.
Oh,
Roll again, just in case.
Yeah. Just in case you
No,
truly just.
and
In case you can make it more dead.
Oh,
Like
pretty close, but no.
Oh, I love it.
No criticals. The one that you had stunned, just out of nowhere, this unicorn that you didn't know existed, just fucking appears next to you and gores this Abishai to death on its horn and hooves.
That's.
It is now this
cool.
Abishai's turn. It's gonna make a couple of attacks against you. A 14's not gonna do it.
Mm.
But a 25 will do it for 4 points of slashing damage. And a natural 1 is definitely not going to do it. Um, Rhodes, make an attack check.
Just like my regular unarmed
And
strike
just
kind of.
make a regular unarmed strike attack check.
Oh, well, the dice being a jerk, so 11.
11.
Mm-hmm.
That's okay. So he goes to swipe at you with one and connects. He tries to follow it up with the other, and you're not quite able to take the scimitar from him, but you bat the second scimitar away like so many flies. Um, all right, and then uh he is going to actually move. So Rhodes, you are going to get Rhodes and Sam. You both get an attack of opportunity should you wish to take it.
A miss.
That's a natural 1, so
Okay.
grow the dice jail.
You punch the unicorn.
The last Abishai flees, um, and begins making his escape. Arsinoe, it is your turn.
Yeah, that's not gonna happen. Sure, we'll do that. God, I hope I don't miss. Guiding bolt.
Mm-hmm.
Who's gonna mess with me? Don't be that cookie, don't poke me. 11's gonna miss.
11 will miss, unfortunately.
Damn it.
Is there any movement or a bonus action that you'd like to do?
No, I can't do anything.
This hallway does extend quite a ways into the distance, and then an additional like 60, 80 feet down from where you are, it appears to come to a T intersection.
No, nothing.
All right, Malice, it is your turn.
Oh, we're back.
All right. Okay, well, then, seeing as everyone else was dead by hammers or gored by horns, I'm going to take off after the one that's fleeing.
Okay.
And I think I can get to him 5, 10, 15, 20, 25, 30. Yeah. 30 feet of movement, and I will take my 2 attacks at him.
This particular individual does seem to be in pretty good health, just so you know.
Okay. Yeah, we didn't do too much with him, did we?
No,
Okay. Well, first attack will be an 18,
that'll hit.
and the second will be a 16, 24, higher than 18.
Okay. Are you pumping any smites into these?
Oh, yes, I will be. First one, let's see. First one, I am going to pump a second level smite into.
Okay.
So it will be slashing damage is 4 plus a 5 is 9 slashing.
Okay.
And then 4d8 for the smite is, I can't count, 2 plus 6 is 8 plus 7 is 15 plus 1 is 16 for radiant.
Okay. And that was all for the first attack?
That was all for the first attack.
Okay. Then give me the second attack.
So how does he look after all that?
Bad, but still on his feet.
Okay. So slashing for the second attack is again 9 slashing.
Okay.
And because why not? We will dump a first level smite into it. So 3d8. 5, 8, 2 is 10 radiant.
Okay.
So yeah, 19.
Um,
2.
you lash out twice with your longsword, and you catch him once across the midsection, and a second time, like diagonally along his chest. Um, and he is at the point where um his entrails are threatening to burst forth from his midsection. Um, but that just hasn't quite happened yet. It's gonna happen, but it hasn't quite happened yet. And that is the end of
That's
your turn.
yes, that's the end of my turn.
Chio, it is your turn.
I can most definitely get the fuck over there.
Yeah.
And so I'm gonna kick him while he's down.
Yeah.
Okay.
He tried to bite you.
He did. It is really rude. 24 to hit.
Yep. Just roll your damage on this one.
Uh, that's 10 points of damage.
Yeah, he did.
Okay.
Yeah, he did.
He had 4 hit points left.
Cool.
Rhodes, how do you want to do this?
After being startled by the unicorn, I'm just kind of shaking that off. I notice the other guy running, and I see Malice come up, like a second behind, and I just follow through. And as she's like basically pulling the guy's intestines out with her sword, I'm just gonna essentially like reach, grab, twist
Yeah.
his neck,
Okay.
and just be like,
Okay.
done.
Yep.
I don't have time for this.
No, we don't.
All right. You guys find yourself in a hallway made from blackened worked stone. Um, the the walls of this uh this keep, this fortress, whatever name it holds now, the walls look like they've been almost like repurposed or re-outfitted. Um, that the fortress for Diablos, this demonic general of the Whispered One, was obviously not the fortress's intended purpose when it was built. There are now piles of bones along the floor. There are scratch and scrape marks along the floor, walls, and ceilings. And there are blackened chains and bloodstains just everywhere. Some of the stains look old, some of the stains not so old. But it has the look of a proper evil maniac's dungeon. But for the moment, you are free to continue on. You also look around.
And
For
there's a
those of
unicorn.
you who haven't noticed yet, there's a unicorn standing there.
Malice just darts over. She wants to go pet it.
Um, and the unicorn turns to Flit. And Flit, what languages do you speak?
I speak Common, Dwarvish, Gnomish, Halfling, and Undercommon.
Excellent.
Super helpful
Uh,
for a unicorn.
you This unicorn turns to you, and you can feel this presence in your mind. Um, I'm sorry, what languages do you speak again?
Common, Dwarvish, Gnomish, Halfling, and Undercommon.
Okay. Yeah, you feel this present, this like, it almost feels like your mind is being constricted. Um, like someone is pressing against the sides of your head. Not hard, and but this unicorn looks at you very intently, and you get this sensation, and then uh do, 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 du, 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 du. Then the unicorn turns and looks at Arsinoe. And Arsinoe, you hear in your mind, via telepathy, in Celestial, this unicorn's voice, and it says, "Why have I been summoned here? What is this place?"
You'll look at Flit for a moment and then think back to the unicorn.
buddy.
I would like to say that it was more than chance. That our friend's magic summoned you. This is an evil place. We're here to rescue a friend. And take out some of the evil of this world, if we can.
Make a persuasion check.
I'm really bad at those.
And is Arsinoe
Well,
like
don't
talking?
be the obvious
No,
person who
it's-
speaks Celestial.
Okay.
Good
The
point.
I didn't
unicorn
choose
won't
this.
automatically want to talk to you.
6.
After not being able to talk to the one who actually summoned it.
I just like I just am looking at the unicorn and I just say and look at like Malice and whoever else is around. It was an accident. I didn't mean to, but it's really pretty.
Then what'd you get?
6.
6. The unicorn thinks back to you and says, "And by what right do you conscript me for this task?"
She kind of like looks around and says, and thinks, we didn't conscript you. Your summoning was an accident. If you'd like to help, by all means. But no one is holding you here.
The unicorn says, uh, "Accidents are often made by those who are simply careless," and looks in Flit's direction.
Arsinoe
But if
immediately
what you
steps around to step in front of Flit.
Okay.
Like, taking a little bit of offense to that.
But it continues, "But if what you say is true," and then looking at the dead Abishai, "and it seems to be true, then I will aid you for as long as I remain here."
The dedication is appreciated. Thank you.
You guys spend the next couple of minutes traversing these passageways. It is by chance before you reach the next encounter that the unicorn, you notice, starts to fade away and become more and more incorporeal. And eventually it dissipates into a cloud of glitter that falls to the ground. Because it's a unicorn, of course it disappears into glitter.
Of course.
And it gets on all of
Yep.
you.
It also gets on the
And
fortress, though.
No.
He's never
Oh.
getting it out of this fortress.
yeah, insult to injury. There's glitter in this fortress now forever.
Yep.
Flit will like bend down and just like take a second and like scoop up some of the glitter. Just put it in one of her little pouches.
Just Flit like throw herself on the ground and like
Roll.
roll around.
Yeah. And then instead of like dusting off her hands, she just goes like this. Puts it in her hair.
Boykin's just gonna sit just for a minute.
Oh yeah. How are you?
Yeah, how you feeling, buddy?
How you looking?
I'm looking pretty beat up. I've been worse.
Mhm.
I
Were
will.
you standing at the times you were worse?
Uh, yeah, yeah. This is more so. I just need a minute. I'm just gonna take
Oh,
a.
okay. Take a breather.
Yeah, smoke if you got him, if you will. Like that's kind of
You should
where I'm.
probably not smoke
How
anything
long-
right now.
How long are you guys stopping for? Are you just taking a minute or two to catch your breath? Are you looking for a short rest? What are you guys doing in this
Nah,
hallway?
I got a couple. We preset cure wounds into that ring.
Yeah, we did.
If we want to maybe
I've got
utilize
healing.
that.
I've got healing hands too.
Okay. I was gonna say maybe
I
use
mean,
up
I
that.
can always go with my hit die too if needed.
If you're using hit die on a short rest, you guys are going to be sitting here for an hour.
Oh,
Yeah.
We don't got that
then
time.
never
No,
mind.
we don't got that kind of time. It-
Yeah, I'll do healing hands, which the new Azamar, it's a 4d4, so I'm sorry,
Nice.
Brian, in advance for the shitty rolls.
I'll see what you do, and I can add to that.
10 points.
10 points of healing.
Yeah,
Sweet,
10
not
points of
bad.
healing.
Thank you.
And I can. It was your cure wounds that we put in there.
Yes.
What is the actual modifier on it?
Plus 5. 1d8
Okay.
plus 5.
Okay, so I will expend 2 of those. So it is 9 points plus 6, 11 points, so 20 points total.
Oh, 20 points of healing.
Healing, yeah.
Sweet. 20
On top,
more.
20 more on top of the 10 that you just got from Marcin away.
Well, I'm feeling a lot better. Just took some bites. Those little rough.
You guys,
Thank you both.
Yeah.
you guys are also, taking this moment to catch your breath, decompress, gather yourselves. I need Court and Rhodes to make perception checks.
Fuck you, dice. Sorry, it's a natural 1.
13.
Oh man.
Okay.
7.
It occurs to Flit first, but soon the rest of you also notice Renalphus is not here
No.
and wasn't here for
For the
that
fight.
entire fight.
Yeah.
Oh.
After
That would've
the
made
last time any of you saw him was as everything was disappearing into darkness.
So if I like walk to the doorway, is he on the other side of the doorway? Like, dude, the
Did he-
fuck?
You
Actually,
guys are
did he
by
come in with us?
where
Because
you
we
guys
could.
are, yeah, where you guys have this battle, you guys are only like 50 feet into this room. With that daylight spell active, there is light shining out of the fortress. And Renalphus is nowhere to be seen, and there's no trace of him.
I will
Did he
think
come
really
in with
loudly
us
in my
through the
head.
door? Oh yeah, you still got that shit up.
Can we?
Yeah.
Can we communicate with him?
We
I'll
can
think it's-
try.
You get no response.
Uh-oh.
Oh Jesus.
That's not good.
I will,
Fuck.
in my head, Mr. Matt Jester, did you take Renalphus away?
You get no response.
That's not good.
How did we lose like
A
7.5 foot?
7-6-foot,
Yeah. How did we misplace him?
a
Seven-
7-foot
Yeah,
bugbear.
bugbear.
It's the tower. Like,
Did anyone see him come through with us?
Yeah.
I assumed
You guys
everybody
were
was.
you
Yeah.
guys were all together, and Renalphus is the kind of guy who would have been in the front of the group.
Right.
So then he just, I guess, in between when he doesn't just go. He doesn't like go invisible randomly or anything, does he?
I don't think so.
yeah.
Well, he knows the way out as much as we do, so.
He also knows the way forward as much as we do.
There was only about 30 seconds that we could have lost him in that darkness.
What if he was taken, though?
I almost feel bad for whoever took him.
Yeah.
Mr. Kefka's not responding either.
Well,
It's
keep
probably a
trying.
good thing. You should be careful who you allow in your head.
I think you could keep.
He's
You
just
could keep.
there all the time now. I don't think that I got new spell slots and new magic, and I can ask him questions all the time.
Yeah, I think it's more like she's in his head all the time. Actually,
Again, I don't know who I.
That sounds terrifying.
I don't know
He's-
who I'm
What are you
more
guys
scared
doing?
for.
he made the offer.
Can I
Consequences are his.
Can I just do like a quick investigation around the door to see if there's any trace of Renalphus, like whether we see
Drag marks.
fresh track marks or anything like that?
Sure, investigation.
I mean, we would have. We should
It
have.
was
hurried.
literally
15?
like 30 seconds between walking through the door and the daylight.
Yeah. 15.
15.
Could he have gotten hit
There's
by?
Cord also make just a general wisdom check.
Okay.
Actually, all of you can make the wisdom check. But with your investigation, you see no trace of him.
Fucking hell.
19.
18.
12.
Rhodes.
Sorry, D&D Beyond was reloading and I couldn't remember what my modifier was. 7.
Say 9.
19.
Okay.
Come on.
19.
Come on.
Everyone with the exception of Rhodes hears a little tiny voice in their head that says the temporary DM had to get rid of his character somehow.
It's fair. It's
To
fine.
be completely honest, I don't think any of us would have fucking noticed.
It's
None of
true.
us
Yeah,
noticed that he
because-
wasn't in the
Well done.
initiative either.
I noticed he wasn't in the initiative because I was like, oh, he has like the awesome reach. He can just stand right there and hit everyone.
Yeah.
Nothing. Temporary DM also didn't include the ranger that's with us either.
Yeah.
Did we convince him to go into this place? We did
Yeah,
No,
not.
I didn't think so.
He
I thought
climbed
he
up.
climbed up.
Oh, well, he's not here either.
He
They're
stayed
both
to talk
going.
outside. He's defending
I
the
mean, like,
entrance.
that guy was kind of a dick, so he probably would have just been like, I'll just wait out here. It's fine.
You know what? Somebody has to watch the door. We need a way out.
He's staying
Unless,
with Coco.
yeah,
So
not all of us can just like slow fall off the damn
yeah.
cliff.
Maybe you
So
should
yeah,
dart.
We keep
I'd
what
like
are you
moving.
guys doing?
We keep moving.
Keep moving.
Okay.
Keep moving
Keep
toward.
moving
I think
up.
you said there was like when I chased after the guy, I could see it was a T shape.
Yeah, the hallway ends like 100 feet in a T intersection.
Nope. Let's go out. Let's go out, buddy.
Yeah. Does either direction look like it? We have to go up, right?
Yeah, because we're at like a
Mhm.
lower level of the overall structure, and we are assuming that we want to go upwards.
Although this blood looks real fresh. Well, fresh-ish.
Yeah. We
Um,
need the 5th floor.
okay.
So we go up.
So
Yeah. Is there an elevator around? Just kidding.
An escalator.
That would be
Yeah,
real
you know.
convenient.
yeah.
Yeah,
Um,
escalator.
Is if that
You
blood
are
trail?
here.
Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah. Perfect.
We would probably have to
How
pull the
convenient.
elevator up ourselves, and you saw how much trouble we had with the door.
Yeah.
We spent like 45 minutes on that door.
Yeah.
Sure.
The door boss is always the hardest.
It is. It's true.
That's not true. As referenced by the next room. So
Oh,
you
God.
guys do actually when you guys get to the intersection, Sinaway, make an investigation check.
You know,
you can receive help if you'd like.
I can assist. It's a my investigation is +4.
Oh, good.
Yes, there it is.
So
Does
I
anyone
actually
else
have a
want to help
modifier.
Sinaway investigate?
Sure.
Yeah, I was going to say I can. Mine's a +2. If yours is higher, Bright, then
Investigation. Why don't you help? I'm only a +1.
okay. So add 2 from mine.
Miss Jackson.
Okay. You do find that there is there is a lot of old blood stains, especially on the floor and especially through this intersection. But the path to the right seems to have slightly newer blood stains.
I'm gonna go with the right.
Okay.
Can we tell if the blood is human or not? Like, I would say, like, I guess what I'm asking is, like, is demon blood and, like, other creature blood different colors, or is it, like, red blood, as would be from a humanoid?
Demons and devils don't have blood. They have ichor, which is
Gotcha.
like inky black bullshit that you can use to fuel your Mad Max mobiles.
So we are seeing, like, humanoid blood then.
It is the color of dried humanoid blood. It is a ruddy reddish brown color. So you don't know if that makes it human as opposed to dwarf as opposed to
Right.
something else. But
Well, I hope this isn't all for one person.
there's no way it could all be from one person. Renalphus doesn't have this much blood in his body. There's a lot of blood around.
Cool. Cool.
And again, a lot of these stains look really old. Possibly months, if not years old. But you continue on your way, and you come to another closed door. This is again, it's double doors, but these are normal size. They are about 7, 8 feet tall, 5 feet wide, which makes the doorway 10 feet wide.
Do they have a handle?
No.
Fuck you, door.
Do they have a knob?
God.
Actually, Rhodes, make an investigation check.
24.
24.
Mhm.
You can tell that they don't have they do have not a handle as you were expecting, um but there does appear to be a mechanism to open them, and they do not appear locked.
I'll relay that to the group and say, shall we carry on?
No other choice.
Yeah.
Did that investigation roll also yield any hints as to like booby traps or anything?
They do not appear to be trapped. They appear to be pushed to open.
Then I will. Oh, Brian has something.
No, go ahead. No, go ahead. Go ahead.
I was just gonna say I'll just be stupid and open the door.
Open the door.
Yeah, just do it. I'm right there with you.
Okay.
I was gonna say, should we like stake something into the ground so the door doesn't close behind us, just in case if there's not a handle on the other side of the door?
Um, Rhodes, you go to push one of the doors open, and at first the door is far heavier than you expected, and uh, you're able to rule this out very quickly. But when you first push on it, it almost feels like the door is barricaded from
Mm.
the other side. But you push a little harder, and the door does open, and there is no floor immediately on the other side of the door. There is no floor. You push the door open, and you're able to push it all the way open, and as soon as it gets past that 90 degree to the wall, the door swings and falls all the way open. And you look out, and you are able to open the other door the same way. And you look out into this room. It is about 40 feet wide. And I think it is about 60 feet long. Directly on the opposite side of the room is another similar doorway. But there's no door here. It is an open doorway. The floor, all walls, so the back wall, including the wall that you guys are standing against, and the ceiling are all covered in some kind of molten metal, molten liquid that you can't identify.
Ooh.
It glows a very bright orange, and the uh what, for lack of a better term, I am going to refer to this molten substance as lava.
Mhm.
The lava on the walls seems to be stuck to the walls and churning and bubbling on the walls, same as the ceiling. It seems to be churning, bubbling, bubbles pop, and instead of lava falling from the ceiling to the floor, the bubbles pop and stay on the ceiling.
Mm. Oh.
The only other notable feature of this room is you hopefully you can see it well enough on the map, but spaced out every 10 feet or so, there is a metal pillar about 6 inches in diameter. And there is one posted every 10 feet along the entire floor, along all of the walls, and there are some hanging down from the ceiling.
Hmm.
These pillars extend about 3 feet or so above the surface of the lava. Um, and they are all capped with rounded points.
So you said that the bubbles are popping up from the floor, but like staying up at the ceiling?
There, so along the floor, the lava is churning and roiling and bubbling, and bubbles are popping and falling as you would expect them to. Along the walls and the ceiling, they're doing the same, but they're not falling down to the floor.
Okay, okay.
They're either staying on the walls or staying on the ceiling.
How
And go ahead.
how high up are the doors from the from the surface of the lava? Like, are we on level with the tops of the
You are
pillars?
level with the pillars on the floor. The walls are about 40 feet high.
Okay, so like to drop, if we were to fall, you said it was 3 feet?
Yes, it is 3 feet down to the lava on the floor.
Okay.
So who's casting Dimension Door?
What's everyone
You
got?
can only take one person with you with Dimension Door.
Who's casting Fly?
I have something, but it's not gonna stop us from getting hurt necessarily.
What will it do?
Allow us to walk on the lava. But we'll still take the damage.
Mm.
If we don't kind of bounce from one peg to another or
Oh,
run across, climb up, run
who
across.
who has a way to get across? Who thinks like you can make it because you're nimble and can probably just hop?
I could fly if necessary.
Yeah.
Okay. Oh yes, I
Uh,
remember. Okay, so that's one. Um,
I really need to learn how to fly.
yeah, that's always one of
Dude,
those.
after Thurston all those times, I was like, a fucking character that flies?
Yeah,
Yeah.
I
we
kind of
yeah.
I kind of regret not picking another type of Azamar that can fly.
Yeah, why didn't you
um,
become a protector Asper? Damn it.
Cause they're can
Why didn't I take Dimension Door?
you get across at all? Can you fly? Nothing from the tiny gnome?
do you have
No.
levit? Do you have? Can you levitate or float or?
Well, no. I don't think I really have anything.
Okay.
Unless somebody just wants to, I don't know, throw me across, but that's
That's
not doesn't sound very fun.
Arsenoi immediately puts her hand
no.
on Boykin's shoulder like we're not throwing her.
Because we know that Plan Z. Plan Z.
I'm
It's
just
absolute last resort.
This is not exactly.
Do we
I
have
mean,
anything that
I don't think I'm very useful here, but
can we cool it off? I mean, it's hot. Do we have anything that can change it, transform it into create a path?
uh,
the dead bodies of the creatures we just killed.
It's
Okay.
so dark.
It is?
I mean, I
Yeah.
don't think they would float on this, and I don't see anything we could really use for a paddle.
We have. Anyone know how to make big things of water happen? Damn it. We suck.
Not unless you're talking about a night after a big night of drinking and
Uh,
everything. Then, but that doesn't apply here, obviously.
I think you'd have to drink your way across to keep it up.
Oh, yeah.
Not saying it's a bad idea, just we didn't bring that with us. Okay. Well, what do you have, Arsenaway, that can at least keep us all
Uh,
from sinking deep into molten something bad?
Water walk. It'll
Okay.
basically allow us to walk across as if it was solid ground, but if it's lava, we will still take the damage from the heat.
It's about think we could just book it.
It lasts for an hour. I could get everybody.
Okay.
We could just
I-
run.
Yeah, it's a short enough distance. I believe you guys could probably close it if you run.
As fast as possible.
Maybe not Flit.
Or Flit.
We you know what? The tossing option might happen for the last 10 feet or something.
Yeah.
You'll have to throw me.
Flit and Boykin.
Oh yeah.
Oh
Damn it.
shit, yeah.
That's a problem.
I'm still here.
It's a problem when the tosser is okay. I mean that if we don't have any other means and there doesn't appear to be any kind of mechanism to make it change or
I can check to see if there is anything
On the other
interesting
side.
about the
yeah.
about the pillars are on the other side if you would like.
Why don't you take a
think-
lap?
Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah, take a lap.
Take a lap. Just a quick jaunt. Maybe on the
Just a
other side of the
quick,
doors.
You know.
Yeah.
The other doors might have something.
How many key points is this? Just one. Okay. All right. Then I will step of the wind and unfurl my wings.
Yeah.
And then I'm going to. So I have the wings for. So I have a fly speed equal to my walking speed until the end of my turn, but I step of the wind so I could dash. So I have 100 feet of movement. So I want to um essentially like first I kind of want to like check the pillars out. Like, is there anything inscribed on them? Like, fly a little slower so I can like see if there's anything interesting about them that we need to concern ourselves with, and then eventually make my way to the door or doorway on the other side and see if there's anything inscribed, written, buttons, something there.
Okay. So you are going to make your way out here. You're going to come out of the doorway. Immediately when you cross over the threshold of that doorway, I
Mhm.
need you to make a dexterity saving throw.
I knew it. I knew you were going to betray me, but I gave you a chance anyway.
Are you within 10 feet of me still?
I would think so if I only moved 5 feet.
Sure. I'll say sure.
Then you get a +4.
Cool. Then that is a 14.
14.
Mhm.
Cool. Good enough. Immediately when you pass through that threshold, you feel this force immediately pull you backwards towards the door, and you are able to reorient yourself just in time, and you realize that gravity is pulling you closer to the wall because you are closer to that wall than you are to the floor. Once you fly further into the room, gravity shifts and you realize that gravity pulls you in the direction of the nearest wall, whether that be the floor, the ceiling, any of the four walls.
Cool. Cool.
So that's the first thing you notice. And as you fly to the other end of the room, because you're on a time limit, you have 1 round to make it across. Otherwise, you're gonna fall.
Yep.
Make a perception check with disadvantage.
If anything that negates that. Just checking for reasons. For reasons. Oh, no, because I already used my bonus action. Okay. I'm sorry. Perception or investigation, you said?
Perception.
Okay, then that is a 12.
12. You do not notice anything remarkable about any of these pillars. Just that the bulk of the center of the room is empty. These pillars extend 3 feet up from any lava, whether that be along the floor, along any of the walls, or along the ceiling. They all are rounded at the top. They are not flat. They are about 6 inches in diameter, otherwise unremarkable.
Is there anything like at this other doorway, or is it just open doorway, nothing special about
Open
it?
open doorway down a similar looking hallway.
Okay. Yeah, I'll communicate back to the group that there's nothing particularly interesting about the pillars, but the information about gravity pulling you as you go along closest to any of the walls, ceiling, etc.
That's
I mean, does water walk still technically work? Because water walk is essentially like
You still are.
it's basically I would think of it as okay, it's the same as if you because you have this you're walking on solid ground.
mm-hmm.
Yeah.
That's what. Yeah.
So you
So
still take damage, but it wouldn't
yeah,
matter from which.
but like with the gravity pulling you because you're walking on it as if it's solid ground, does that mean the gravity won't be able to pull you through the lava? Like, does it somehow negate that? I don't know.
Might still shift, but it would change. Like it would still be. You would then walk on the wall, kind of like that.
I just don't know how deep the lava is to want anybody
Yeah.
to get pulled into it.
No. I feel like water walk would prevent us from being pulled in, but we would still have contact with
Right.
the surface of whichever surface we are getting pulled toward, unless we can, like, I don't know, hug a pillar and like daisy chain it across or something. Like,
Which, I mean, theoretically we could do.
Yeah.
is there any way we could get these are 3 feet above?
Yeah.
Mhm.
No, probably not. I think it'd be nice if we could get something and just do a, you know, on the rope.
Oh yeah.
Just, you know, tuck your abs a lot. But I don't know.
And theoretically we could maybe just jump the pillars, but you would need to keep your momentum.
Yeah,
Cannot stop.
and and not like go off balance ever.
Yeah.
Sam, make a
Yes.
perception check.
Why are you
As
making me
you're-
roll dice?
Because you're the one having unique opportunities to notice or
Why are you
learn
making
things.
me roll dice? You know I'm not good at that. 16.
I know. 16.
Yeah.
Double digits,
Theoretically,
yay.
hopscotching your way across the pillars is perfectly viable. However, the pillars have rounded caps,
Right.
so they would be very difficult to balance on, and you would need to essentially, in order to keep up your momentum and do that, essentially, you know that I would ask you for
Oh yeah, like an athletics or an acrobatics check.
I would ask for 6 checks all in a row,
Yep.
and you would have to succeed a high DC on every single one of them to get across.
Yep, fully aware.
Yeah, the surface up there is tiny.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, right now I feel like water walk might be the best option.
Yeah, and just run.
Are
Run.
there any runes or anything that we could see around the room that would potentially negate this lava bullshit?
Where are you looking?
Just generally around the room on any surface that might be solid enough to hold a rune. Like
There is
pillars, none. Okay.
the pillars themselves are the only thing in this room that are not molten lava.
Okay.
We go.
Unless the pillars are too small and too far away for you to really be able to notice anything about them unless you were up close.
We can go try out the other hallway.
Perhaps that would be a better idea.
And it's just at the other door.
Circles around.
Yeah.
We have to dive through the ceiling.
Yeah.
I mean,
Hmm.
I feel like either we backtrack and check the other end, or which I suppose we could do. I mean, worst comes to worst, it's something even more terrible, and we go back and decide that lava is the best option.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
Or we can take our chances here and just get it over with.
What do you guys think?
Hang on one second. I might be able to help with at least the amount of pain everyone gets in. How
my
much?
my thought is, even though the blood is fresher, I mean, what if they just like threw him into the lava? Again,
Through
not
who?
to get all morbid, but I mean,
Through who are we throwing in lava?
oh, whoever. No, I was saying, since the blood is technically fresher
Mhm.
heading this way, maybe this was part of their punishment. Maybe they either just got thrown into lava straight up, or like, hey, you can live if you make it across all those pillars.
Oh, like a
It could have just been the freshest torture on the block, if you will.
lovely.
This is just really fucked up, like live or die Ninja Warrior.
Yeah,
Mhm,
yeah,
mhm.
yeah. No wonder why
It
the
seems
end.
Is
sadistic enough, right?
It does.
this is a piece of the Ninja Warrior Avernus course.
It's bullshit.
I'm gonna
Yeah.
make a Ninja Warrior Avernus now.
Yes.
So yeah, maybe we should try the other way and see where that leads us. It's gonna be another lava room. Like,
I mean, we could
It'll be
try it.
two
Pair
lava
matching
rooms.
lava rooms.
lava rooms are so hot right now.
Oh.
Maybe,
Again, I'll see you later. No, I'm just kidding.
I'll see myself out.
Yeah,
yeah.
All right, what are we doing?
You wanna? Do you want to backtrack before we run across the lava?
Yeah.
probably.
Okay.
Yeah.
All right. We can check it. If we end up having to go across, I can help one person. Actually, probably one person.
Do
Okay.
you guys want to check and
Well,
then communicate with me?
Yeah.
I mean, I can get back across, but that is using resources.
Yeah.
That
No,
if
just
then we go
wait.
fight something, it's like, oh, how to keep
No, how
up.
about
We can talk to
you?
you in our heads then.
Yeah.
Yeah.
You can also tell us if you see anything that is maybe on that side.
Sure.
That could be a problem.
Yeah.
Any
Works.
visitors? Okay.
Yep.
We'll be as fast as we can.
Best as we can.
Yep.
We'll go check the other direction.
Okay. So the four of you leave Geo at the other end of the room and head back the way you came. You come back to the T intersection. You pass the pile of glitter on the ground. You get a little bit more of it on your shoes. And you come to the four of you come to a four-way intersection. You can continue straight, or you can go left or right.
Looking down each of these, does it just keep? Can we see anything down any of the hallways when we come to the intersection?
Make a perception check.
Okay.
Chio, while they're doing that, I would like you. What are you doing?
Man, she's a real curious person.
You're gonna
Like,
wander, aren't you?
she's gonna like a little bit wander. Like,
Can't
the
blame
room
you.
will stay within her sights at all times. So, like, no more than 50, 60 feet.
Mm.
You, Chio, you traverse another 50 or 60 feet. Uh, for the sake of brevity, you encounter an animated ogre skeleton. You do battle with it. You take 10 hit points worth of damage and remove one key point. Congratulations. You have defeated an ogre skeleton.
You did it.
Good job!
It's 9:20, kids.
Yay!
We're in the fast lane now. Geo, you a little bit further down where that ogre skeleton had come from, you see a small passageway with a staircase leading up. It is a tight spiral staircase. It leads up. Tina, what was your perception check?
21.
21. I'm just gonna give this to you. You guys do a little bit. You guys go down one passageway a little bit. You go down another passageway a little bit. You go down the third passageway. Um, it seems to be the beginnings of some kind of, to call it a maze or a labyrinth is a huge stretch. But it seems to be an area that has lots of small hallways, lots of rooms. Um, 200 feet down the main hallway, the main passage through this area, you guys come to a room that is fully furnished as some kind of library, study, office. Um, it is lab, research area, something. It is fully furnished. Um, the all of the furniture appears to be well kept, but in a state of disuse. And I need you to make one more perception check.
Okay. 19.
19. There is all of the furniture, all of the bookshelves, there's one large one large desk,
Mhm.
with some kind of alchemist's tools, maybe herbalism kit, some kind of chemistry bullshit set
Mhm.
on this desk with a bunch of papers. Sitting next to the desk, the only thing in the room that is not covered in dust and spider webs is a large grandfather clock with an open face. Like the glass casing on the face of the clock is open.
Okay. Base. I mean, I'll point it out as we're in there to everyone. Seems like
Uh,
kind of lab.
do do the four of you enter that room? You kind of just like peek into this room like from the
Yeah.
doorway, and this is what you
Yeah.
immediately
This
see.
is more me pointing from the door. Um, I don't know if we should.
Does it
I don't want to
seem
leave
like there's a
Chio.
pass through?
There is a large wooden door on the other side of the room.
I'll
Should we
creep
go?
forward into the room.
Oh, we're going into a room. I just let Chio know because
Uh, would you like me to join you? I've already killed the ogre skeleton.
What?
Rekilled.
where did the there's an ogre skeleton apparently back there somewhere. Do we should Are we gonna move forward or are we gonna go back to where Chio is and the dead ogre skeleton?
I mean, this
There's also a
seems
staircase going up.
Oh, that's promising. Up is good. There's
It's
a
very
lab
good.
with a bunch of books here.
well. There's a door. I just wanted to see if the door was the way through.
Alright, go check the door. Be careful.
I'll, I'll creep up as light on my feet as I can to check out the door. If is it locked? Do I sense if it's trapped at all? Anything?
Um, Flit, you're the only one who enters the room.
I think so. Yeah.
Yeah, I stay like right on the edge of the doorway, but I don't enter.
Okay. Um, Flit, go ahead and make an investigation check on the far door.
All right. Ooh, natural 20. So 22.
Excellent.
Nice.
As you begin your investigation of this door, the other door leading into the room slams shut on its own.
Solid.
Sam, make a dexterity saving throw.
I'm really good at those.
I
I'm really good at those. 10.
10.
Yeah.
It all happens so fast that you are not given the option whether or not you want to duck into the room or not, and you are stuck outside the room. Flit, you are now alone in this room. Uh, you complete your investigation. There does not seem to be any way to open this door from this side.
Can you guys hear me still?
Yes, you can.
Like,
Yes.
Gio, did you say you were at a door?
A staircase, spiral staircase leading up.
Oh. Well, I'm stuck in a room now. It shut our way out. I don't see anything at the door to open it. And the clock was open, right?
The glass plate that protects the face of the clock is open. That clock is the only thing in the room that is not covered in dust and spider webs.
I would like to go investigate the clock.
Sure.
There are handles
Roll
on
an
the door on our side.
No. Yes. Yes, there are.
I just try to
Yeah, I'll also.
It does not budge. Flit, go ahead and make an investigation check.
How to be a wizard with knock.
12.
12.
Yeah.
The clock is very slightly. It is very slightly warm and cool to the touch. You know how, like, when. Not that I think you've ever had frostbite, but the idea that frostbite burns even though it's cold.
Like putting on icy hot, like.
Yeah, kind of.
Okay.
Go ahead and make an Arcana check.
Okay. I rolled a 5 plus 6, 11.
11.
Yeah.
You have felt this sort of sensation before with magic items.
Okay.
You deduce that this clock is somehow magical, although you don't have the training or.
What time is the clock set to?
Why are you gonna ask me questions like that when I don't have my D24 handy?
It's just spinning. It's
Wait,
just
I don't know.
spinning.
What time is it now? 9:27. Fuck it.
Yeah,
Yeah.
it's set to 9:29
I
p.m.
I will move the hand on the clock and set it to just 12 or something like that.
You wind it forwards or
Yeah.
backwards.
Forward.
You you just set it to 12 o'clock. You just
Yeah,
set it
like
to midnight.
yeah, midnight.
Okay. You start moving the hands of the clock, and you see you see a actually make a perception check.
12.
12. Setting the clock forward, you don't really see anything of note. You don't notice anything. Although you
Can I?
do look at one of your footprints that you
Uh-huh.
had made walking into the room, and they don't seem to be disturbed, but they don't seem quite as fresh as you think they should.
Can I I'll telepathically speak to everybody. Is anything different out there?
Everybody else make a perception check.
Oh, fuck. 8.
7.
I'm too busy with the door.
Yeah.
Tina, you're
Oh.
muted. Rhodes, what did you get?
Doesn't matter. It's a 6.
I'm not there.
You are elsewhere, but you can still make a perception check.
Oh, that's fair.
After,
I was
after
actually
hearing
going to.
this.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I was actually going to say I was going to like make my way back to the rest of the party.
Okay.
No, we can come find you. You have stairs.
Well, at least you guys tell me no stay there, but I don't know. Flit's locked in a room by herself, and
Yeah.
you know,
Good point.
21 is for my perception check.
21. You guys don't notice anything different. Flit, you don't feel any different. Nothing looks different with anything on your person.
I want to take out my tinkering tools
Okay.
and kind of open the clock face to get to the gears and see if I can discern anything magical from there. Like if I can get more of a sense of what's going on with the clock. Because it seems to me she's very like, she very much thinks that the clock, the fact that this whole room is dusty and it's the only thing that looks like it's used in any sort of way and been disturbed at all recently. She feels like there's something to it, but she's not quite sure what, and she's trying to figure it out. And tinkering
Uh,
is always going to be her go-to.
go ahead and make a dexterity check with your tinkering tools.
Okay. Uh, a dex check, or should I do a tinkering check?
Well, you have proficiency in tinkering tools, right?
Yes.
Yeah, so it's still an ability check. So with your tinkering tools, so you would add your proficiency bonus, but it's a dexterity based check.
Okay. Uh, 17. Sorry.
Okay. You start to look for a place where you can pry the actual face of the clock off. Um, and you are not getting this clock looks exceptionally well made.
Mhm.
The margins for error on all of these pieces uh are impossibly small. And with a 17, there's nowhere that you can fit a tool to get any leverage to try and pry this face off.
Since I noticed that my footprints look a little more aged after I set the clock forward, I want to set it back 1 hour to 11 p.m.
Okay.
just to see what happens.
You set the clock back. Make a perception check.
17.
17.
Yeah.
There does not appear to be any change. Any change, like, you think you might see uh, a change in your footprints that they look a little fresher, but you're not entirely convinced if you're only seeing that because you want to see it.
I'm going to do one more,
Okay.
and I'm going to set the clock ahead again, but instead of being 12 a.m., I'm going to set it to 12 p.m. So I'll set it ahead 12 hours.
Okay.
So perception.
With this, I'll just give it to you.
Okay.
Not much in the room has changed, but you look at your footprints, and the change is still very, very small. But you can tell that the dust has settled into your footprints, and they look a little bit more aged.
I'll say telepathically to everybody, this clock is magical. Every time I change the time, it makes everything look more settled in here, as if it hasn't been disturbed in a while.
Should I make my way towards you?
Might not be a bad idea. Trying to get this door open.
Dustin, exactly like how far away from them am I at this point? Like this room is 60 feet. I walked like 50 feet or so.
You'll be to them with their direction 5 minutes, and you'll be able to meet up with them.
I will just
Man, you guys walked really
continue
far.
as they're trying to open the door and stuff. I'm just going to continue a sort of methodical search of the room to see what I can find, to see if there's any way to get out of here, to see if there's any maybe schematics of this place that would, allow us to move around more easily.
Sure. Make a investigation check.
Okay.
Like, is this like a
S-
Feywild clock?
Apparently the magic number is 17 tonight. 15 on the die, so plus 2, 17.
You find there's a whole bunch of stuff in this room. There is in one corner there appears to be like a small seating area with an armchair and a small sofa. Um, two of the four walls are almost entirely covered in bookshelves filled with books, and you glance through them for a minute or two, and it's mostly unrelated histories um or bestiaries or journals detailing um like magical theory or scientific type stuff, research materials. um the desk along one of the walls that is not a bookshelf is in fact alchemist supplies, and on that table is also like notes detailing different ingredients for different types of potions, and that sort of thing. Nothing immediately jumps out at you as being particularly helpful in this situation.
What if you change the clock back to what it started at?
Back to 9:27.
Yeah, you said it. You could see differences in if you move forward or back.
I suppose I could try that.
Maybe if you move it back far enough, it would open the doors.
When the door was open.
Hmm.
I'll move it back to uh
9:20.
yeah, like about 10
9:15
minutes
or even.
before I
Yeah.
stepped through the room.
Mhm.
You start moving the clock back, um, and you get because you're going back a number of hours at this point. You're an entire half a day ahead.
Yeah.
At this point, you start just cranking the clock back, and um, you hit 9 o'clock. The previous, back to, you overshoot it a little bit,
Uh-huh.
and you hear the door pop, or Sinaway, you see the door pop open a little bit, allowing you to open it. And Flit, before you can, um, before you catch yourself to stop uh, moving it back, you notice that your footprints have completely disappeared as if they were never there, as if you had never entered the room at all. But there
Oh.
you stand in the room.
Oh. Can any of you identify things?
No, and we shouldn't dawdle. Let's go.
Yeah, that looks like a clock. Identified.
He's not wrong.
Uh,
Oh, and to answer Cujo's question, it is not a digital clock, because otherwise everyone would be dead.
uh, is there. My footprints are gone now.
Mhm.
It doesn't look like I've been in here at all.
This door is open now for those of us, the rest of us. Do we see a Flit in there?
Yeah,
Okay.
yeah,
Do I
but
see
the state of the room is set to a point before you entered it.
Okay.
But you're in there.
Okay.
How far away am I from the door? Just like a couple
You'd
feet?
say halfway across the room, 20 feet, 25 feet.
Okay. I
It's a slightly larger room. It is multi-purpose, but it's not huge.
okay. I'm just like as lightly as possible gonna like run, but like you know when you like run and you take those like long leaps, as long of leaps as my little tiny gnome legs will allow to get out of the room in as few strides as possible.
As you move, as light-footed as you try to be, you do leave fresh tracks through the
Yeah.
room.
Yeah, figured.
But you make your escape out the way from which you came.
I like get to the other side of the doorway. I'm like, Wish I had more time to play with that clock. But
What
something
happens
going
if
on with
you?
that room.
What happens if you just keep turning it back? Would eventually you get to a point where whoever's room it is, they're in there?
I don't know if we would not want to find that out.
Could we get back to a time before all this happened to our lands?
That's a nice
Absolutely.
thought.
Yep.
That's an
Yeah,
interesting question.
we're gonna.
I'm just saying.
We're just
I
gonna
mean,
break it
I
all.
Yeah,
mean, we could read. You said there were books and papers, and I'm sure we can, we'll read those and stuff first.
I, I found there was a lot of journals in there that detailed a lot of magic. And side note, my brain immediately wanted to take them, but I remembered that we are not with the party that has Arathea in it.
Yeah, this is not the nerd party.
It's
There's
not
like,
a
yeah,
nerd
there.
party.
I'm a nerd.
Yeah,
She was a
and
nerd.
just say we did say there were journals in here, but I mean the other I guess option would be, if we can control how the time works, that would be helpful potentially.
Well, I was hoping it would make for a way
Not
to
to
get
ask a
across the
question
line.
that's a little too on the nose, but do you guys really have time to investigate that?
No.
Probably not. I
Maybe.
couldn't get the door open either.
Maybe.
Dina, at 9:45, do you guys have time to investigate that when there's
We
still
don't.
a puzzle you have to solve and a boss battle?
We're not getting to that. I'm telling
No,
you
we do
right
not.
now, we're not
We
getting
do
to that.
not.
No.
We do not.
Well, I guess we should. Couldn't get the door open,
Okay.
and I don't think. I think there's something to this room, but I don't think it's what we're looking for.
All right. We can revisit it later,
Mhm.
right? Maybe.
Somehow, I think we're going to be in a bit more of a hurry later, since we have to save Waken's brother. But
This is after we kill everything that's, taken him.
that's going to be a lot of work.
Well, yeah, that's why we'll spend some time in the room, relax. Um, how long has it
Onward, I
been since we saw
suppose.
Chio? Is Chio alive?
Yeah, she's
Gio's with us
walking
now.
back towards you, so
Oh,
depending
good.
on how long you guys were just chatting, she's probably caught up.
Oh,
Yeah.
good. All right.
Yeah, at this point, the entire group is back together.
Wonderful. So lava room it is.
Seems the easiest way.
Okay.
Should have stayed where I was.
Well, when we told
But
you
I
to
can't.
come over here, it was a little more, you know.
Yeah.
She's like, damn it, that was an inside thought, but you're all in my head. This is terrible.
All right. Uh,
Fucking reactivate this ring so I can think my mean thoughts without anybody knowing it.
we heard that one too.
Damn it.
All right, so
All
you
right.
guys get back to the lava
Lava.
room.
Yeah.
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 Are we gonna just lava walk it?
There's
Is
literally
there
no other
anything
way to get
different?
across.
Is there
Floor is
anything
lava.
different about the lava room now that like the clock's been fucked with at all?
No,
Okay.
Okay.
it is.
Shio, may I ask, like, what are you able to fly like right now?
Yes.
Have Did you try standing on one of those little pillar things just to
I
see
did not.
maybe there's like a pressure plate or something there?
I could try. I just got a little curious while you guys were gone, which is where I found the skeleton.
And the ogre?
It's
Ogre?
Well,
very
it was the
impressive.
skeleton of an ogre
Mm.
that was reanimated.
Okay.
That sounds like a
Well,
blast,
thank you for
actually.
taking care of that for us.
No problem. It was a blast.
It's always good to
Um,
blow off some steam. It's very healthy.
One more of those. Where is the thing that has the uses? Okay, there we go. All right. I will uh, um go ahead and step of the wind, unfurl my mystical wings, and then I'm gonna like fly over to this middle one and try to stand on it for a second.
Are you going to stay there for the rest of the round? Or are you just going to try and like put some weight on it, see what happens, and then continue on?
I am
This is your
going to. Yeah, I'm just going to put some weight on it for a little bit, see what happens, and then do I have anything in my bag that I can like put some weight on? Like here, let me put this here. I don't have anything
Hmm.
important. I have a magnifying glass. What a nerd.
You take a very close look at this pillar. And you put some weight on it, and it seems to hold your weight. And you continue on, um, back to the group.
Okay. Yeah. Didn't seem to activate anything, but
Mm.
I'll admit I was hesitant to stay longer in case
Yeah.
I got stuck.
Understandable.
All right.
Thank you for
So,
looking into it.
lava time.
So, okay. Do we have 10 minutes for me to cast it, or do I need to burn a spell slot?
Well, I feel like. Do you think your 10 minutes will make a difference? I mean, I'm sure it will make a difference, but
I mean, I don't believe we are in immediate danger.
I mean, we're
Yep.
definitely in immediate danger. With
I think it would be
Wow.
best to prepare ourselves and give her 10 minutes.
okay. So take the 10 minutes.
Okay. I will take 10 minutes and cast it as a ritual
Okay.
on all of us.
This is not going to be fun.
No, it's not.
It's not.
It's not. I'm just gonna hope for the best.
Do we need to tie rope to one another?
I feel like we might want to in case somebody starts getting pulled away from the rest of the group.
Okay.
Even though they should hopefully be able to continue there. But yes,
All right. I've got 50 feet of rope.
you got 50 feet? Okay.
Yeah.
All right. So you guys cast that spell,
Yep.
and you buddy line yourselves up.
Yep.
Yep.
Okay. Who is first?
I'll go.
You want to go first? You want me to go the last?
Sure.
Okay.
Do you have something first that would help? Or okay, then yeah,
This
I'll go
was the
first.
thing that helps.
Okay. Yeah,
And
then I'll
then
go first.
and then after the fact healing.
Okay.
All right. Tina,
Yeah.
I need you to make a dexterity saving throw
Okay.
as soon as you cross the threshold.
Right.
As each one of the rest of you cross that threshold, I need each of you to make a dexterity saving throw with advantage.
Okay.
Roads, are you walking across or are you flying?
Oh, I flew to the other side. Like when I flew and checked the pillar, I just
You
kept going.
you just kept going. You didn't go back. Okay.
Yes.
Then Rhodes, you don't. None of the following pertains to you. Tina,
15.
15. What did the rest of you get?
17.
Any whoever's close to me would get a +4 if they're within 10 feet. So
I'll say that you guys can be a maximum of 10 feet from the person in front or behind you.
yeah.
You guys can obviously have slack in the rope if you so choose.
Yeah. So whoever's
Yeah, so whoever's after Malice.
me.
I mean, I can go after Malice. I have like only 25 feet of movement, so.
Well, yeah, we're keeping the
Yeah.
short stuffs between.
Yeah.
So, yeah, I probably would follow Malice.
Okay.
generally, So
And then
I just
poison
add
them.
+4, or do I have to roll?
No, you add +4 to whatever your saving throw was.
So 21 then.
And then Sam
Dirty 20.
and Brian.
16.
Okay, and those were with advantage, correct?
Yes.
Oh, no.
Tina,
Mhm.
you did not get
That was with
advantage.
No, that's right, I didn't, yeah.
Okay. All of you make your dexterity saves, so you are able to adjust to the weird fucking gravity in the room.
Fuck is this?
And each of the 4 of you, on your way across, take 21 points of fire damage.
Okay.
How you doing, Boykin?
I guess you could say I'm pretty hot.
You just pat it off. You got a little on the
You
beer.
hear Ranulphus,
Yeah.
you hear Ranulphus's voice in your head, and it just says, "No one says that."
I just heard Rodolphus. Rodolphus, where are you?
Where the fuck is? Maybe that's what the clock is.
He found the break room. He's having coffee.
Rodolphus is
He's
clock?
like no, he's just like 1 second out of time from the rest of us.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Keeping
Yeah.
the Medusa
No
cascade.
one says that.
All right.
All right.
So you guys make it to the other side of the room. You guys make it to that spiral staircase,
Yes, we do.
and it leads up and up
Oh, okay.
and then up again.
Oh.
And then it goes down.
Oh, what?
And then back up.
Ah!
And then up once
The
more.
worst hike ever.
Fucking Escher staircase.
And it leads you into so the spiral staircase ends, and it ends at a narrow but very tall doorway. And through this doorway, da, 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 there are a few steps down. And the doorway opens up into a large room. And hold on a second, because I don't have lighting right in this room. Bam! Everybody should be able to see everything, right?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. Yeah.
There
That looks like some
is
bullshit.
It's a
uh
pentagram.
actually,
Yeah, that looks like some evil bullshit.
Yeah.
that's good. There are in this room ahead of you, there are 4 pedestals. Each of them contains some box or other object. And beyond the 4 pedestals in front of you, there appears to be a blood-soaked dais. And in front of the dais is a large winged figure cloaked in shadow who's facing away from you. However, uh, the 5 of you enter the room, the creature turns its head to look behind it, and you notice 2 very large horns coming off of the top of the creature's head, and it looks at you and stretches out its arms, extending its fingers, and its hands and fingers are many, many times larger than what would be proportional to a creature of this size. This creature who is already possibly 10 or even 11 feet tall. And it looks at you with piercing, uh, blood red eyes. And that's where we're going to call it.
Ooh.
Take it.
Hey.
This is gonna end well.
After all of us just took like 21 points of fire damage and Boinkin
Yep.
is already like wrecked as
Mhm.
fuck.
I'm like that. I'm like the meme in South Park. Like I didn't hear no bell. Like I just all knocked out.
It'll be
Super
fine.
fun. Thank you, Dustin. So
Yeah,
glad we
thank
got
you,
to
Well,
actually
thank you,
play
Dustin.
Dustin. That
tonight.
was awesome.
Yeah.
I would really, really like to finish this. So perhaps if I can borrow the stream for maybe an hour next week, we can wrap this up, and then
Yeah.
I will hand it back to Joseph.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's fun.
This was enjoyable. It was really nice to
Right.
roll dice
It was
again,
nice
Yeah.
you
playing
guys.
again.
Yes.
With
Yeah,
y'all.
that
Yeah.
was fun.
I missed you.
Yes, we
Yeah.
missed you too.
All right.
I mean, I guess
Well,
y'all are alright.
I
Whatever.
guess. Yeah.
It's
Yeah.
like fine, I guess.
everyone, thanks for playing,
Yeah.
and everyone watching, thank you for watching. We love you very much,
Yes.
and we will see you next week.
Yes.
Yay!
Yay.
Bye.